All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am exhausted today.
Oh,
I was up way past my bedtime last night.
what time would that be, Peter? Fill us in.
I was up till about 1 o'clock, a little bit after 1 a.m.
That is late.
My daughter showed up at midnight in a panic. She's been planning this trip. They're going to see a football game in Cleveland. So they really wanted to see an NFL football game. Bought tickets to this game in Cleveland like 4 months ago.
Ain't the weather there about to be like crazy or something? Right? And they're expecting like some winter madness this weekend or something. But yeah, are they able to go or no?
Could be. Well, she can't find her passport.
So, just got real.
So coming from Canada, you just need to get across that border, and she has no idea where she's put it. So she moved in the interim. So it causes. She thought she knew where she put it, and anyways, she's poor girl. So we spent an hour searching her old room. She thought maybe I brought it over here for safekeeping, which unlikely. But anyways, no sign of it. So yeah, I hope she finds it.
Yeah, that is
try and get an emergency replacement if she can't find it early this morning. So got my fingers and toes crossed that she figures out what she did with it.
All right, man. We wish her luck finding that. That could be a pain. Friends, let's get right to it. TradingTerminal.com gappers list this morning. We got a lot in the green, just a whole bunch of stuff, as you can see here. And CarMax, right? I think that's CarMax in the red this morning, down 12%. It just popped up because earlier there was nothing in here. So we'll see what's driving that this morning. And it looks like the volume is just getting above that 200,000, which is usually where our threshold is to show up on this list. So popped up here just moments ago, and everything else looking pretty good this morning as far as in the green. We got Quantum, we have MU, which we'll talk about earnings last night. You know what? I knew MU had earnings. I knew you were covering the earnings last night, Peter, but I have not seen or heard anything on it. So looking forward to see what you got to say on that one. And we got Rivian and everything else on here. Rigetti, Quantum is on here. Bitcoin stuff is on here. PLTR, AMD. Wow. Let's get to it, man. But before we do that, quick look at our U.S. economic calendar and what is going on there, Peter.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of data that's come out this morning. I don't see all of it yet, though. I'm trying to populate it as we talk here because some of it is supposed to be on it. Oh, we didn't get the bottom. Okay. So CPI data, some of it's come out, some of it hasn't. I don't see the monthly data. We're still working with some delayed data in some cases. We were supposed to have a couple of months worth of data coming out here. I see the year over year. I don't see the month over month data. And it looks like the year over year CPI is down 2.6% versus the 3%. The monthly, therefore, I have to assume is also down, but I don't have that number yet. And then we have the jobless claims that came out lower than anticipated on the continuing. Again, it's they've been saying that they believe it's lower because people are just stopping looking for work, but that number is pretty close, isn't it? Right, roughly 1.9 versus 1.93. So. And then the initial jobless claims was right on, suspiciously accurate to their forecast. So there it is. The other number I was tracking was the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, which had an estimate of 2.5, but came out at negative 10.2, which is actually a significantly lower number than anticipated. And that would imply that Philadelphia manufacturing down. If you remember, we had the New York. The Empire State Manufacturing Index that came out that was also lower. So it looks like manufacturing for a third month in a row is seeing contraction in now in Philadelphia as well as in New York. So those are your numbers. The market, as usual, Largely is saying, whatever, economic data. Do I really care? Not really. I mean, it popped up for a second and then now it's going right back to where it started from just a few minutes ago. So, you know, it's just fascinating. This market really just just continues to largely ignore economic data. Speaking of economic data, there was a presidential address last night, which I was waiting for the report on it to see how that would maybe affect the market. Didn't I guess there was nothing that was hugely market impacting. If you're I guess if you're an active military person, you're happy because I guess they're all getting a $1,776 payment. I think that was the number, something like that. So. Uh, money going out, a nice tried and true economic lever, isn't it? I mean, our politicians did it here in Canada as well. When you essentially you're buying votes. Let's face it. Whenever the government gives money back like that, like checks to individuals, you're trying to buy votes. They did it here in Ontario. The Ontario government was trying to like buy people's votes, and it's and our prime minister did it as well. Trudeau tried that as well. So it's again a good old tactic.
Yeah. Trudeau was the one that left, right? He like retired or something, or didn't want to continue no more.
No, no. I mean, he was voted out in a vote of non-confidence, which is how a lot of our
Oh,
governments
okay.
dissolve. So, but don't worry, he's dating Katy Perry now, so
That's what I was gonna say. I saw him like, okay, he
he's
doesn't
having
care
fun.
about this anymore, man. Look at the hottie he's with. Like, hell with trying to run a country. I saw him pictures of him on a yacht and everything. I'm like, there you go, man.
Yeah,
Do your thing.
yeah. It's I don't know
Oh, good
what's
for
heck's
him.
going on there, but whatever.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, he's enjoying life. What can you do? Well, happy for him. All right, friends. Melanie's laughing. I mean, when I saw it, it's funny because it was officially announced after he was done with running the country, whatever. He was like, okay, this is it became official. So well, I'm sure that that's a big point in his life there. All right, friends, let's get to it. Our gappers list. Again, ton of stuff in the green. Peter, there's a bunch on here, but let's go right to MU since it's on top of the list here. It's up 13%. Let's go right to it and talk about their earnings last night. And they could be the reason why maybe some of these semiconductors towards the bottom. I do see AMD. I don't see Nvidia just yet. But I do see AMD on here. They're up about 2.7. So maybe Intel, which, is up as well here also. Maybe MU could be the reason why that's happening today. So let's go to them and see what's going on here. They're up 13% this morning, 3.2 million shares traded. Could be a day that I have them on my list today.
Yeah, well, we were guessing that Micron was not going to make their numbers, and we were totally wrong on that. So I'm glad I didn't decide to go heavy short on a Micron because they beat their numbers. In fact, they posted record Q1 results. Seems weird to me that this is their Q1, but they're on a very strange economic cycle. Anyways, and they had higher than expected guidance. So they basically were firing on all cylinders. They beat their numbers in quarter. They raised their guidance for the next quarter. They declared 11.5 cent dividend. They basically said life is pretty good. They're doing well. So it was really quite a surprise. And I honestly think Micron's behind a lot of the market positivity we're seeing this morning. It's Carlos. It's been a few days since we've seen everything green like this. Like it is pretty much everything green today, except for
Yeah.
CarMax. But on my screen,
Right.
all the stuff I'm tracking and following, it's all green.
Everything is green, man. Everything is on the green side of thing. A lot of green on the
Yeah.
screen, except for CarMax. We've got to figure out what's going on there. So we'll see what the deal is. All right, let's dive into MU, Peter. I'm assuming it's going to be on your list today.
Uh, I still don't love trading it. I mean, yeah, I
Really?
feel it's got to be on the list because I do think it's behind, the market increase, here, but I'm still going to spend more time paying attention to Nvidia and AMD, to be honest. But it'll be on the list, but
Yeah.
not with enthusiasm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get it. I mean, their pre-market looks great, but I hear you. Even with them moving up, Nvidia and AMD could possibly still still look better sometimes, and we definitely seen that. All right, let's continue, friends. What do we have going on here on this list? Ooh, let me get that list back up. Here it is. FCEL. FCEL this morning. So let's see what's happening there. FCEL, what do we got going on? Up 14%. Fuel Cell Energy, 385,000 shares traded. Not sure. Not typically something I look at, but today they got some action. Peter, any news behind it that might be interesting?
Earnings. So they had earnings this morning. They delivered some great numbers, $55 million worth of revenue versus an anticipated 48 million, we'll say. And they're expected to lose about 97 cents a share, and they lost less, only about 83 cents a share. So they also had, pretty good numbers. They increased their guidance for the next year and said, this net loss, which is lower than expected, may allow them to repay some debt faster than expected. So yeah, they're having a good quarter as well.
All right, there it is. Uh, Again, I don't know if I'm going to watch. I think today there's going to be so much other stuff that I do want to have on my list. I don't know if I want to waste a spot on this one. So, gonna put it to the side for now. We can always come back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one I look at where, I just go back and look at the average volume on the daily chart. I see that my number shows that it's about 2 million shares a day. So unless it's getting at least that daily volume already this morning, it's unlikely to get enough interest, enough volume to really be a good active day trader. And right now we're sitting at what, 400,000 shares traded. So it's just not enough. Yeah, I won't be watching it either.
Yeah, it is not enough. I'll leave it off. Let's continue. And I missed one. The first one actually, SOC, is right on the list. So I missed this one. Sable Offshore. Not sure what this is, Peter, but they're up 48% this morning. They are not a low flow. They're sitting at 74 million shares flow. And actually, Fuel Cell, by the way, which you just looked at, it's around that 21 million. Is what I'm showing on Interactive Broker. I'm sorry, on TradingTerminal.com. So it is a bit on the lower side. SOC is not 74 million, up 47% this morning. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
I don't know why these guys are moving this morning. I guess they, what? I don't understand the headline here. The headline says Sable Offshore says in an SEC filing that the PHMSA, which I have no idea what that is, some regulatory body, classified its Los Flores pipeline as interstate.
Mm.
I just don't know what that means. I had to read it like 4 times. I don't know what that. I guess that's good.
Yeah, right. Sounds
All right.
good. Well, the market thinks it's good. It thinks it's 48% good.
I guess so. Oil rigs are some amazing, design engineering things that we've created, aren't they? Like here's
Yeah,
a picture on my screen is a picture of their key oil rig, and it's just like, if you picture that thing's anchored, however, like 500 feet under the ocean. You got basically this entire industrial complex sitting on a pole in the
yeah.
middle of the ocean. It's
Pretty impressive. But yeah,
anyways.
it's they're all like that. It's little floating islands. Not even floating, stick down there. Yeah, it's impressive.
All right.
Um,
So
but
the PMHA here, PHMSA, is the U.S. Department of Transportation's Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration. And they declared that its onshore pipeline qualifies as an interstate pipeline facility under the Interstate Pipeline Safeties Act. So that means, oh, I see. So that means they get to move its oversight and management from state to federal. And they've had a whole bunch of delays because they have to deal with all of these multiple states, I guess, right, that have different rules and regulations. So manage trying to one single pipeline of oil, and you have different regulations. As soon as that pipeline crosses a different state, it would be very difficult to sort of implement and manage it. So They claim that there have been unlawful delays, but moving it to federal jurisdiction means they only have one regulatory body to deal with now. So I see why the stock is moving up. However, anyways, all of that being said, Carlos, this is stock. This is a sector we don't normally trade. That being said, this. Remember what I was saying earlier about the volume. So this gets about 5.6 million shares a day average. It's already traded 4 million shares today. And this is a NYSE stock, a New York Stock Exchange stock, which means you normally would expect lower volume pre-market. This is actually more in play than fuel cell, the F cell that we saw. So this
Hmm.
looks better. It's still a sector I wouldn't normally play in, but it looks like there's a lot of top side. I mean, you look at the daily chart. This thing has been beaten over the last 6 months. In July, this thing had a high of $32, and it was just a week ago trading at about $4. So the fact that it's up 50% right now feels like there's a lot more topside potential on this. It, if you're interested in low float, I mean, it's not a low float as you pointed out, but something that's going to trade a little radical like a low float, this could be one.
Yeah, could be. Uh, it's not. I'm not finding myself attracted to trading this thing, so I'm gonna keep it off the list. But if you like it, it's here. It's available to you. I'm gonna look at something else. All right, we look so far at the top three here: SOC, fuel cell, and MU. SanDisk continues to make some noise here. SNDK. Wait, SNDK. Too many letters there. There it is, and we are up 8.6, 456,000 shares traded, and it continues to be on our gappers list here, Peter. Again, I don't think it's really in play. I just think it just keeps moving, quite a bit, making a gap up and down. I mean, the daily could clearly see there's some increase, not so much in well, a little bit in volume, but definitely in just the range. Like the range has been much wider compared. Like if you look at October, November, although moving higher, the daily ranges are a lot smaller than what it has been over the last couple of days. So maybe the ATR is a lot higher, clearly hitting our gappers list. Anything you like on it, Peter, this morning? I know it's not your type of stock, but just checking.
No, I feel like it's just bouncing back. It got dragged down with some of the bad news from the industry last week, I guess it was, because we've been talking about it for a few days, or we had been a few days ago. I feel like it's just sort of the dead cat bounce type thing. It's not doesn't look that interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this alone here. Let's look at the next one. Is BMNR is the next on the list here, and this one. Look at the pre-market. A couple of minutes ago, it just started to really get going around 8 o'clock, 8:30. Really turned on the engines. More volume in here, as you can see. Peter, any news breaking out that might be pushing this aggressively higher?
Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood has invested another 25.4 million in crypto, including Bitmine. So she's putting some more bets there, which is giving it a little bit of a boost, it seems like this morning. So her name has been remarkably resilient. Normally, you hear about these fund managers, right? And they last what, like a year. You hear their name, and then they disappear, and you never hear from them again. I got to give her credit. Kathy Wood's investment fund has been talked about for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, at least, and she's still able to make things move.
Yeah, she's moving this one here. Are you watching it today?
No. I
Yeah,
don't think
well,
so. I mean, this keeps popping up on our list. I'm continually surprised that it's back in the conversation. If I look at it, this is actually also trades on the American Stock Exchange, so which not that that's a big deal, but the fees are slightly higher there, and
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the daily volume, 51 million on average, so. It looks like, it could get volume. Yesterday, it actually didn't move all that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Although, oof. It's hard at the extremes. If I look at, I like top end
Yeah.
reversals. If I look at that, look at how wicky that was at the top there when it reversed at around 9:45 or whatever it was, 10 o'clock uh, yesterday. It's that looks like a really tough trade. So yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy one. So, um, let's continue here, friends. Again, so much on this list. We'll do two more, and then we could do a little more than that because there's nothing else in the gap down. So we got a little more time in the gap that we can spend here. Let's look at you know what? Let's hop to some sectors. Let's do that. Let's go to. I do see quantum is on here, so let's look at some QBTS, Rigetti. And then we'll look at some Mara, we'll look at some of that stuff, and then we'll continue with the semis, right? And see what AMD and NVIDIA
Yeah.
looks like.
It,
So let's do that. Let's go quantum first and see what's going on there. Peter, I do see QBTS, Rigetti, all these guys are on here this morning. What's going on with these guys today? Are they going to be in play?
it feels like I think it's driven by Micron. I'm very surprised that the Micron earnings have had such a market impact, but I honestly think this is what's happening is that it's had, it was just such a surprise beat that the entire market is reacting. If you look at our list,
Mm.
it's populated with pretty much anything that's quantum, AI, data center, semiconductors. Oklo's even on there. Let's throw some nuclear stocks in there. Why not? Rivian, throw some EVs. Like it just feels like all the technology stocks. Bitcoin, Circle of Internet is on there. IonQ, like all the stuff that we've ever talked about that has any relation to tech whatsoever just seems to have jumped on the list this morning. And there's not news behind most of this. It's just
Yeah,
it's just a me too. It's along for the ride. So why
yeah.
not?
Yep, I agree, man. It's gonna be a hard to pick a list in play besides the usual suspects. So I'm looking at QBTS. Let's take a look at Rigetti, see what we got going on there. Oh, RGTI. So I might watch.
Rigetti has
Yeah, it has some volume here, so this could be interesting.
yeah. They did they did get coverage initiation from over the last couple of days from a different analyst firms. Jefferies initiated coverage on Tuesday. Yesterday, Wedbush said that they are putting coverage on it. They have prices of $30 and $35 respectively. So they're suggesting that they think there's upside potential here on Rigetti. Not the $55, $60 high that it had achieved back in October, but they think it can go a little higher. Analysts, whatever. But there's more people covering it, so that usually brings a little more focus and attention. So, which can be good for them. Usually, can be good in the long run. So,
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll continue here. I am gonna aggregate it to my list, and the other ones you could think about IonQ, QBTS, QUBT, all those ones as we're looking at that one. All right, next on here is we talked about the semis already, MU. But I see AMD. I don't see Nvidia today. AMD's got some volume. Where's Nvidia? Let's take a look at what Nvidia is up to. 3.7 million shares traded. It is up 1.7. I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching this one today. I mean, this could be fun. And it could be, Peter, that MU, besides the NVIDIA, the market darling, I think when you get somebody else that's not NVIDIA doing something great, I think it kind of certifies, okay, maybe this sector is in the right place where it needs to be, right, where it wants to go. So maybe that could be it, right? Kind of solidifying some of the NVIDIA stuff that we always get that sometimes gets a little blown out of proportion when it comes to NVIDIA. MU maybe it's like the back and saying, hey, yes, we agree with what NVIDIA is doing. So I like NVIDIA. Gonna add it to the list. Which ones of the semis, NVIDIA, AMD, MU, which ones are you going to be watching today?
the usual, yeah. AMD and Nvidia both getting good moves here this morning. Nvidia, of course, always has the better volume, but I'll be watching them both eagerly, hopefully with some opportunity.
All right, awesome. All right, so that
What?
it's go ahead, Peter. You got something?
No, go for it. Well,
Oh, okay.
we'll get to it.
All right, so I mean, everything is on here, guys. It's gonna be hard to select a few. PLTR. Let's take a look what's happening there. At the moment, it is moving higher, up 3%, 728,000 shares traded. I personally do like PLTR. I like the way it trades, so I will be adding it to my list. Not sure if it's gonna stay on the main list here, but it will be on there. For now, we can always move it around if we need to later. All right, Peter, I'm done with the gap up. I mean, there's so much to choose from here. Pick your favorites. So everything's in the green today. Anything else that we have not talked about gapping up that you want to cover?
Yeah, here's an interesting one. DJT. We haven't talked about them in quite a while. Trump Media and Technology Group.
Hmm.
They didn't make our list because the ATR is normally it's like 50 cents, so it's wasn't high enough to hit the list. However, they're up 26% today as they've announced a $6 billion merger with a company called TAE Technologies. So they are which is a premier fusion power company. Odd, but okay. They are merging, anyways, and the merger looks like a pretty even split. Apparently, the deal of the merger is going to have each side owning 50%. And there's a conference call that'll be starting in just a couple of minutes to talk about this. So here's a good one that's actively in play right now. And with this press conference about to start, it could cause this thing to move even further, depending on what people hear and whether they like what they hear or not. So this is I'm not quite sure whether to consider this a popcorn stock or not, but they normally get about 4.5 million shares traded so far this morning. They've traded 14.5 million. So they're absolutely in play, and that move higher shows the range that they could cross. So um, I yeah, this actually could be worth watching. I don't know what to expect of it, but it's in play, 100%.
Yeah, I see that for sure. Up 26%, 14 million shares trade. I'm going to throw in a secondary. This is good news, and maybe it can move them this morning. But on the secondary list, DJT this morning. All right, friends, let's take a look at what's capping down today, which is we got two on here now. We got CarMax and this INSP. So let's start with INSP leading the gap down list this morning. Doesn't look great. Very, very light volume. Down 21%, but only 226,000 shares traded. Flow of 25 million. So Inspire Medical System not doing so hot this morning.
Yeah, they've been struggling with the launch of something called Inspire. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Inspire V or Inspire 5, but it's spelled Inspire space V. Anyways, but not only have they had problems with the launch of this product, but they've got some more lawsuits against them. So basically, the company's getting hammered from all sides. So. Um, the lawsuit is claiming, for instance, they're being investigated because we are specifically scrutinizing when executives knew the software updates for the Medicare claims processing had failed and effectively blocking reimbursement. They believe they concealed the inventory glut of the older Inspire 4 device. So I guess it is Inspire 5 because the old one was Inspire IV. So, anyways, to maintain an artificial stock price. So basically, they're saying executives purposely lied to keep the stock price higher. They're getting taken to court, and their device continues to be late to market. So, not a good day. So, when you're asking Carlos your normal question, who's getting fired? Yeah, there are people getting fired.
Oh, yeah, there are actually people getting fired, as you
Actually,
can
people
see.
getting fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
That being
All right.
said, the trading volume on this, I just called it up because I thought this is the type of news that you can be tradable. The volume's really low, 250,000 shares. It made our list, but just barely. Yeah, it's just not enough. Not enough interest. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's continue here with the next one, which is CarMax. So KMX is on the gap down list this morning. They are down at 9.2, 307,000 shares traded. Typically not a stock that gets a lot of volume, so we barely talk about it. But today they're gapping down, seeing some volume. Peter, what is going wrong with CarMax this morning?
Quarterly earnings. They released their earnings early this morning, and they had a good quarter, right? So they beat their numbers in the quarter just reported. However, and this is of course the big however, why they're gapping down is that they guided lower in the future quarters. So they said they're going to see lower retail margins and higher marketing costs. Which means that they're expecting their current quarter, right, the one that they'll be reporting next time, to be lower than the current forecast. They didn't actually provide a new forecast, but they definitely were guiding lower. One interesting thing on CarMax, if I look at if I look at their analyst coverage, and again, everybody knows how I feel about analysts, but if I look, Barclays initiated coverage. They weren't looking at them before, but they are covering them now. And they initiated coverage with an expected price of $28. So that's never good when a company like Barclays says, I'm going to start watching you. And by the way, I think you're overvalued and I think your price can go lower than you've been at all year. But in addition to that, if I count backwards, in the last, like, what, 2 months, they've had a dozen, like literally 12 downgrades from different analyst organizations. So nobody's feeling no one's feeling good about CarMax these days.
Yeah, yeah. Not good, not good. As far as trading, I mean, this thing does not trade well at all. So I am definitely not going to have it on my list. We'll leave that alone and continue to something else. So and actually we'll continue to nothing else because on the gap down list there's nothing else on here, Peter. Everything is green. Anything that you might have that might be in the red this morning on your list?
I really don't. Like I said, pretty much everything on my list is green today. It's really quite remarkable. How about silver prices? They're down.
Hmm.
But that means they're down like marginally from the all-time highs, which are higher than the last all-time highs. Like the anyway, silver's been so much on fire that it's got to sort of stop going up on some given day, but yeah, not by much. I mean, its all-time high is within cents of where it's sitting right now. Um, I, Carlos, I honestly have not, like, everything I'm looking at is green.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. All right, CarMax. Not gonna add to the list, and that covers our entire gap up and down. So let's go to you guys. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Again, I'm probably gonna go with some of the usual suspects to see how some of this green stuff, especially around the tech side of things, right? So right now, for example, I have MU, Rigetti, Nvidia, PLTR, and maybe Apple. We'll see. Oracle did some stuff yesterday, so I had a nice short. Today is in the green, so maybe we'll look at some of those usuals that have been somewhat in play lately. Oracle continues to get great volume. They already almost have a million shares traded. They're up 1.8. And I gotta say, the last couple of days they've been trading much better than what we're used to seeing. So I might throw that on even on a secondary as I'm talking about it. I'm convincing myself to definitely put it on the secondary. So ORCL going to be on there. All right, let's start with our chat here. DJT. Yes, DJT's in play. I do have it on my list. So yeah, it might. You know what? I don't know if it's a popcorn stock today because it does actually have some news that Peter covered. So there is some actual news behind it. So let's see. Let's see. But it's on my list of 25%, 14 million shares traded. This is a tough ticker to trade. Even when we've seen it get volume on previous moves here, it has not been an easier stock to trade with the price action. So today, let's see how this news reacts when the big heavy volume comes in. So I do like it for secondary today. Lululemon, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Didn't they have like earnings or some kind of news a few days ago? Am I bugging?
They had earnings. Was it last week? I guess it was last week. Yeah.
Okay, right. They're up again. 7.5, 219,000 shares traded this morning.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why even. It just feels like maybe just a bounce. They don't have anything new on them, so but Lulu can be a fun stock if you want to have fun with it, but it doesn't, like, just look at the trading in any given day. It's not good. Not good.
Yeah. Octavius in chat is asking, what is the gold stock that we all watch? The ticker? I'm not sure. Is it A? Someone mentioned AU. Is it that one that you're mentioning? Maybe AU. I mean, we don't watch it ourselves personally, but there's a few. So AU could be one of them, but there's a lot of them you could look at. GLD is another one, right, friends? GLD, okay, there it is. GLD is another one. So there's plenty you could watch that can reflect the action of gold there. All right, let's see what else we have in our chat. So Lululemon. Elliot says hedge fund added 1 billion to Lululemon. Is that what we're seeing? I don't know. Not sure. Um, what else? What else? AVGO. Let's take a look at that one. It's another one actually, the AVGO that has been moving quite a bit. I mean, just look at the daily and look at these candles, and for the most part, to the short side of things. Look at the sell-off here, here, and then again yesterday after it gapped up. Still some more weakness. So today, moving higher. Pre-market activity already looks great. Tons of volume. You know what? I am going to watch AVGO. They gave us a great move last week. Since then, I have not traded it again, but it has been trading very, very nice. So on the list as well, AVGO is going to go right on there. So thank you for that one. Let's continue here. Good morning, Francis. Good buddy of ours in chat. What else we have over on our YouTube chat? COHR. This is coherent. And this stock, the volume is very light. So I normally don't watch it for day trading. We've seen it even with some news at the market, at the pre-market, and it sometimes does not trade very well. So I'm not inclined to have it on my list. I'm actually gonna skip on it. So just be careful. Make sure you get some kind of news on there. TBR between QBTS, QUBT, and Rigetti. Which do you think looks the best this morning? Let's take a look. I have Rigetti on my list right now. But let's see, RGTI. So here's Rigetti. Good volume, 1.2 million shares traded, 5.2. But I also keep in mind that I traded, out of all of them, I think I traded this one the most. And it trades very well. I do like the volume. One time we were trading, it was either QBTS. Volume is okay too. Also up 5%. QUBT, let's see. They all look good, man. Like QUBT looks good. QBTS looks good too. Rigetti has the most volume, so it looks the nicest right now. But they're all pre-market wise. As far as pre-market wise, they all look pretty good today. So
yeah, Rigetti looks the best to me as well.
Yes, to me as well. Yeah, to me as well. And partially because they're getting the almost double the volume that the other two have. But they're both right there. You can't go wrong. At the market open, they're all hopefully going to get volume. But I'm going to stick with Rigetti here this morning. All right. MU. Yeah, we have MU, so that's good. What else, friends? Rigetti we have. Let's see. I think that kind of covers it. Okay. Good morning, Ben, over on YouTube. All right, perfect. Let's go to community events and announcements, friends. See what's happening for this beautiful Thursday. So let's go over there. Where is my... Here it is. It's coming up. Give it a second. There it is. Click on webinars at the top, and it'll take you to what's happening for the week, but we'll focus today on Thursday.
Yep. And as always on Thursday, we have our mentorship sessions, and we've got our normal 3 for you today, starting with Lenny at 11, who does the trend trading mentorship. Jared then follows with options trading at noon, and then Thor takes over in the evening at 8 p.m. doing his evening mentorship session. So if you're an elite member, you've got 3 different opportunities to join and get questions answered in detail and go through different mentorship questions, whether you're focusing on equities or options. 11, 12, and 8 p.m. again are those times for you today. If you want to join as part of the community, always go to Bearable Traders. If you want to join the boot camp, peakcapitaltrading.com. If you want data, tradingterminal.com. We have got the solutions for you. It's all out there. It's all available. There's lots and lots of useful sites and information that we can make available to you. So yeah, go check it out, and hopefully you will get value. If you're out there on YouTube, you know what you need to do. There's a little button. Looks like a thumb sticking upwards, not the downwards one. Well, unless that's how you really feel, then you click that one. But you know, we prefer if you click the other one. And you know,
Just
then
click
we get
something.
a warm little
Just click something. Yeah.
click something, or just say hi. Just put a little hi in the chat. We're happy to say hi to all our friends. We get regular viewers on YouTube, like we get members in the chat room who are here all the time. So we love the fact that you're here one way or the other. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And
we appreciate
you
guys.
See, Mr. Chatty B is saying hi, and Beth, who's here every single day, is saying hi. So there you go. Appreciate that. Look at that, Joel, Dito. Did he miss the morning rant? I haven't ranted about anything.
No, we haven't ranted today. We're early though. We're done. We're about to go into levels, so the rants can be incoming, my friends. It really can, because we are early.
Do I
So
have a rant? I don't know. I don't really
yeah,
have. I don't know what should I rant about this morning. I don't have anything. I'm just tired.
yeah. You know
I
what?
feel bad.
I've been going to bed. Speaking of being tired, every day after Thailand, man. By 9 o'clock, 8:30, I am in bed, man.
Oh,
I am in bed, and You know what I'm loving about it, Peter? I'm waking up like at 4 in the morning without an alarm, like fully rested. It
oh.
is amazing. Waking up without an alarm. Oh, it is so good. So good. So I just keep going to bed at 9 o'clock. After I put the kids down, I'm going to bed. My wife is like, "You seriously don't want to watch a show?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to bed." And I just knock out, man. Wake up at 4 in the morning on my own. Sometimes 4:30, 3:50. But it's the most pleasant way to wake up, man, without an alarm. It's a beautiful thing. You guys should try
It
if you have not done that.
well, that is, yeah. It's nice, but 4 a.m. Isn't that a little early?
It is. I get going and do my little
Oh,
meditation and devotional. I start looking at charts and just get ready by 6 o'clock for the kids. It's early, but it's working. It's working, man. So I like it.
mm,
Andrew
okay.
says, Peter, rant
Like I,
about how
it's funny.
Elon
I've got
Musk.
calls for all sorts of things. People
Mhm.
want me to rant. People want me to give like dad jokes. I don't. It's I don't know. I don't know what to do. My goodness, you guys are all.
We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do some levels. Peter's gonna think about a rant, and we'll be right back with him right
Oh,
after these
I mean, I've
levels.
always got dad jokes. If you really need dad jokes, I always got lots of those. But
Let's see. We want both. We're early. We want a rant and a dad joke. So I'm gonna do these levels, and I'll
and
let
a
you
dad
set that
joke.
up, my
Well,
friends.
Carlos, I was at the doctor the other day and I asked him if I could actually administer my own anesthetic. He said, "Go ahead, knock yourself out." But
Very nice. Very
I wouldn't
nice.
say the ceiling is my favorite part of the house, but it's up there.
Ah, very good. Very good. I haven't heard that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
I went to
There you
Barnes
go.
and Nobles and I saw a book that said dad jokes. I'm like, oh, I gotta buy this for Peter. I gotta send this to Peter. This is
I just
oh,
and I
six
and I just
seven.
want to give maybe
Yes.
a little
Yes.
PSA for everybody out there suffering from paranoia. Just know you're not alone.
uh, Peter, my son did a picture for you this morning. This morning he did a picture. And I was like, this is great. And Colin Mitchell in chat, you just reminded me of it. Here it is. This morning he drew this up after having his breakfast. And I was like, this is great. I
Oh
need a
no.
picture of you because I'm going to take this
No.
to Peter this morning. He drew this from scratch. Look at that. 6'7" with Alfie right on
Wow.
there. I mean, it does not get better than that. Just for you,
Wow.
Peter. Just for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
you know what? So your Santa in the background. Mini rant
Yeah.
here. Your Santa in
Yes.
the background made me think of something. I can't see his face, but so you got white Santa. So
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, my wife found, when you're just out shopping for things, and in one store they had a whole selection of black Santas.
Yeah.
And she bought herself and she bought our girls a black Santa. And I've got to say,
Mm-hmm.
they love that oh, sorry, we got the bat phone is the bat phone is ringing. Um can't shut that thing up. It's once
We can't hear it, Peter. Your noise cancellation is doing a great job. We cannot hear that
really,
at all. Nope.
it's canceling it right out. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
It's
amazing.
kind of like it canceled that
Anyway,
other noise you were trying to show us. It's just cancel it. We can't hear nothing.
yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, I am amazed at how, they're adult girls, and how the black Santa is like their favorite Christmas decoration, how much that resonates with them as
Mm-hmm.
black women, just to see a Santa with their own skin color. I thought that was amazing. I take for granted. I mean, I'm the same shade as Santa, I guess, but or our
Yeah.
traditional Santa. But it fascinated me. So, just food for thought, Carlos. If you're ever out there and you find like a dark skinned
Like a
Santa,
Dominican
buy s-
Santa.
The Dominican Santa.
Yeah,
Buy some for your house. You might find the kids resonate with that a lot more than you think. It shows
yeah.
how having, images, icons that they can relate to personally is very important.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
and
look
that's
for a
that's the
Mexican
thing now.
Santa.
Like
Yeah,
there's books, there's all kinds of things now with that resonate with kids a little better, or your skin color, or your background, or whatever. So yeah, that's the thing now. There's tons of it. You go to Barnes and Nobles and you see a bunch of stuff. There's a whole section of it. So if you're interested in, you can do that. But but there it is, friends. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's get some levels in place here, and a rant incoming from Peter in just a few minutes here. But first, let's look at MU and let's get some levels in place this morning. Heavily in play, guys. I love it this morning, up 14%. If you haven't done so already, by the way, before we get into levels, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at 163 likes with almost 700 people watching. We'd love to get that a little bit higher if we can. So thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it, guys. And it does mean a lot to us when you smack that thumbs up. It does help us out a ton. So thank you so much. All right, MU here. Let's look at it. High of the pre-market 259, 260 actually is the high of the pre-market on MU. The low of the pre-market sitting down over at 246.30. And there is a level just right in here. Beautiful level, 255.89. Look how good that is. So you got a couple of areas of resistance here, resistance. I think it's worth marking down this morning to 55.89. And then towards the top we do have 268.80, and then right up here we'll call it 264.35 towards the top there on MU, which is very, very active this morning. You know what, I missed one. There's another one right on here, 252.05. So right on the 252.05. There's another one as well. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job this morning. Let's go over to the next one. Is going to be Rigetti. I have a lot of tickers today, guys. I have a bunch, as you can see there. Rigetti is going to be my quantum ticker for the day. 223.86 is the high of the pre-market. The low is hanging out over at 22.70. And we are surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days, as you can see here. Previous day close towards the bottom, creating that support. That's where we stopped yesterday. Let's see if we can get the bounce. Below that, we do have a level all the way down at 21.05. Let's see if we're going to break down further, or are we going to hold this bounce that we're getting here on Rigetti. Look at some other ones. You can see Quantum, QBTS, QUBT, all in play this morning. Here's Nvidia. And Nvidia has been, yesterday was much better, but it has been a tough cookie. I got to tell you, it has not been easy to trade. Yesterday was a beautiful short there. They chop around here for about an hour, then gave you this beautiful drop, right? But at the beginning, it's been tough. It's been really, really tough, right? Eventually sold off. But even if you look at it yesterday, if I can go back, look at yesterday. Like if I scan this with my phone, I'm probably going to get a target item on a barcode or something, or Amazon barcode item. This is just nasty. So hopefully we don't get that today. We get a little more clean trading this morning. I do have it on my list. Low of the pre-market 172.49. So I'm going to mark that there. And then highs and lows towards the top, doing a pretty good job here. Stay closer to the bottom. Got you pretty much covered on Nvidia. PLTR this morning. So PLTR as well. We do have the low of the pre-market 178.43, and the high, if I can put it over here, the high of the pre-market up at 182.78. So once you do that, you're pretty much set. I wouldn't add anything else. You got the highs and lows, doing a pretty good job. The PLTR has not been trading all the best, but hopefully today can be nice. One that has surprises with their trading is AVGO. AVGO has continued to trade very nice, mainly to the downside, but man, it has been very nice to trade. 335.86 is the high of the pre-market, and the low is down at 328.13. We're going to slam those two levels there towards the top. Highs and lows are doing a pretty good job, but they missed this level. This is a great daily level right here, 340.70. Look at the area of support, resistance, just days opening and closing, slamming into that level. The more the better, and you can see that there. You definitely want to have that level in place in case you do push higher. Towards the bottom, previous day close plus the low from yesterday, doing the job for you there. All right, and last but not least, we forgot to talk about Tesla today. But here's Tesla. I'm going to remove some levels, hitting their all-time highs. And at the moment, did sell off yesterday after doing that, creating a new all-time high there. 478.75 is our pre-market high now. Our pre-market low is down at 469.90, and then it's surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Towards the bottom, we do have 459.70, and then below that, we do have 449.36. Again, that'll be a stretch. We'll need a big sell-off, but we all saw what happened just a year ago, right around this time. We hit all-time highs, and then big sell-off all the way into January. You could see that on the weekly. I mean, it just kept going. It just kept going. So last time we hit all-time highs, exactly a year ago, and then look at the drop here. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we are ready for whatever takes place here on Tesla. I see you have a guest back there, Peter, with you.
I do. Yeah.
There it is.
Black Santa has come and joined me here.
Very nice.
He's hanging out. It's one of my wife's favorite decorations now is Black Santa in the house. And interesting comments we were getting. Some people saying,
what are they saying?
Santa needs to be white. Santa's white. And I'm like, you got to think about
Santa's
it.
fake,
Understand.
guys. Santa's fake. It could be whatever color you want it to be.
That's what I mean. Like Santa was made up, right? I mean, he was made up as an advertising gimmick by Coca-Cola. Our image of Santa,
yes,
not the concept, but our current image. So why can't again, Santa as a belief is real, but the image of Santa we have was designed by Coca-Cola. So why can't he could be whoever you want him to be.
Well, whatever you want it to be.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm being careful, Alan. I'm not saying there's no Santa. There absolutely is a Santa. It's just our image of Santa is one.
Yes.
So,
someone said in chat they thought Santa was Chinese. He might as well be. He could be whatever you want it to be. It's
amazing how our perception of things is colored by the culture that dominated. Again, anyways, we'll get into dangerous territory here, but it's like Jesus, right? We always picture Jesus as a white guy. We all know where Jesus was born, right? If Jesus actually was a white guy born in Jerusalem at that time, he would have been the only white guy for 8,000 miles around. Like, it would have been a little odd. Anyways.
Yes. And with that, friends, the comments are great, guys. Yeah, but again, your kids are listening. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I did say out loud that Santa was not
Santa's real.
Santa's real. He's so real. He's in my house.
Image of Santa.
He's in my house.
He's real.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. Kids are hearing like, "Daddy, what?" Yeah, if my kids were hearing out, that would be a problem. No. Santa's not real. Alfie's real. Everybody said, all over the place. As we digress. But yeah, friends, let's get to it. What do we have here? We are all set, Peter. Let's see what our team is watching as we enjoy this festive holiday. Santa. Also, it's funny. There's a lot of Jewish kids in my school, in my town, and when I drop my kids off, this little girl came up to me as I'm picking up my daughter, and my daughter's telling me, "Oh, look what I got! A Santa decoration." And she's like, "We don't celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Hanukkah." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice. That's great." But it's so interesting how you got kids that don't celebrate certain things, and it's gotta be tough to see other kids doing things that they don't do. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. All right, friends. Peter, we're all set. What is our team watching this morning as we get into what should be an amazing trading day?
Yeah, just one stock I was thinking of as I was doing my IPOs for the day, which we have none. But yesterday we had a great IPO, MDLN. It actually opened as a very strong IPO, had a good trading day yesterday. So if you guys are interested in IPOs, maybe they're back. Maybe it's been a while since we have a good trading IPO. So MDLN was one that opened yesterday, just for reference. All right, so let's do a quick look at what our moderators are watching. Thor's going to be watching Apple. Mike's got Micron on his list. Gary's got Tesla, Micron, and MSTR. Eamon, potentially longs on Oracle and Tesla. Brendan's got Micron, Tesla, AMD, and Oracle. Jared's got DJT, Nvidia, Micron, and Tesla. I'm going to be watching DJT, Micron, and Tesla as well. I've also got Rigetti on my list just in case. Brian, who'll be trading live and is ready to go. I can see the red light is on and he's all ready. Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, Oracle, and ASTS. That's we haven't looked at Space Mobile in a while, but there it is. Paris is going to be looking at Micron, Nvidia, Tesla, of course, Oracle, and Rigetti. Andrew, also trading live. He's going to keep it focused, it looks like, on Tesla, Nvidia, Robinhood, and Oracle. And Phil is in with his list with Hood, Nvidia, MU, and Tesla. So there you go. That's what our mods are watching. Good selection of what we've already talked about. One or two new ones. Whatever you've got, trade smart, everybody. We got just over 4 minutes until the market open. Let's make it a great day.
All right. Take care, guys, in chat. We'll see you a little bit later. All right. Let's go here. Set up our stuff for our live trading. Brian is up in the chat. Andrew's going to join him. And these guys will be taking you through the market open in chat. Guys, I want to show you something that Andrew showed me yesterday that I had no idea you can actually do. So I'm sure there might be some other ones, some of you guys that might not know this as well. And I want to share this with you. So let me go over here. Let me first get Peter in on both chats so we can get ready to go here. And
yeah. No, I want to know what you're going to show us.
Get him here. Yeah, he showed us in the meeting yesterday. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I had no idea. And here it is. So let's go to Trading Terminal. All right, we got a couple of minutes here. Let's go to tradingterminal.com. And you can actually, if you click, for example, right here on scanners, right? So if you click on scanners, there's this little box over here that you can actually download the app, right? So you can actually download like this app that actually opens up the scanners. So I didn't know that. So when you click on it, it's going to ask you to download it. It's like a little box. It might look different depending on what browser you're looking at. But now I have this app, and then what it does is it creates a thing down here, which I just click on every morning, and it opens up my scanners. And I also have one for trading term for the simulator, right? So if I click on this one, it's going to open up, the scanners. And then I also have one for Atlas. So if you haven't done that, it's a little box when you go to tradingterminal.com, right in the address bar, it's going to be a little box that's going to allow you to download a box, and it's going to ask you if you want to add it to your taskbar. It's really cool. Really cool. And then you can always open it the same way. I know, right? It's like, you didn't know that, right, Peter? It's great.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's awesome.
How do I add it to the taskbar? Here it is.
Your Windows, once you click on it and you download it, your Windows should ask you, hey, do you want to add this? Yeah. Do you want to pin it? Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And you can also do it for Atlas. So if we go to Atlas here, if we go over to Atlas, and same thing. I don't think I have done it for Atlas, actually. So let me do it now. Open an app. Oh, I did already. Okay, there it is. So now I have Atlas in this little application, which runs a lot smoother, looks much better. I mean, this looks sharp, guys. Look at, I mean, I got 4K monitors. So I'm just like, this looks awesome. All right, so I don't know how it looks on your end, but it looks amazing. So, yeah, take advantage of that, and hopefully that's something that is helpful to you guys. Wow, beautiful thing.
Cool. All right, what am I gonna trade this morning? I don't know. Carlos, we got so many targets here. I'm gonna have to pick something. What am I going to trade?
Yeah, I have a lot.
What am I actually going to trade this morning? I need to trade.
Yep. I really have a ton. So let's see here. I'm gonna set this up.
1 minute. You got to pick quick.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say MU, but it's probably gonna be Tesla. Tesla's gonna be front and center for me. I could see that. Oh, I forgot to type in my tickers. So did some of you guys know that in chat, or are you just finding out now? I would love to know if you're surprised as I am. PLTR, AVGO, and Tesla. Beautiful. DJT and Oracle. Wow, so much to look at today, friends. Oh. Let me ask, what are you guys going? What's like front and center? Does it work on Mac? Try it and let me know. It should. It should work on Mac. If you're running like, it works on the Google browser, so it should. All right, 6-7 minutes to the market open. Let's go, friends, as we get going.
Here we go. Market open.
Ding, 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 ding.
Here's the bell. Ding ding ding
I'm going with
ding.
Tesla. Let's see. Here it is. Tesla. Long at the open. I'm just thinking. I'm not doing it. I'm just thinking long at the open. Let's see if it works. There it is. You're already up. $1 and change. We're gonna have to start doing this, Peter, at least with 25 shares. Just to test out the strategy. Long at the open. And it popped up almost $1 and change.
Mm.
Quick strategy. In and out. And it's going. And it's going. Let's see, friends. AVGO heading lower. PLTR doing some
Yeah, look at
stuff.
DJT dropping, Broadcom dropping,
Mm-hmm.
AMD rocketing higher. Tesla, Tesla, look at that. Carlos, it's higher.
Yeah, it's by a lot. By a
Oh,
lot.
oh,
I'm
oh,
telling you, I don't
oh.
know, maybe just try it out with a couple of shares, Don't go full size and see if we can get a couple of sample sets. I mean, this is not going to work forever, but right now it's working. ET300 SG or 3000 SG did take our advice and he's long Tesla and he is out and partially and good for you, man. Looking for a 1 minute ORB, 1 minute engulfing maybe on PLTR. What do we got? It's not enough volume in PLTR, but it's the only one that seems like an engulfing setup because that's the only strategy I trade right now. 1 minute engulfing. Ooh, Nvidia. Short. I need a pullback. Nvidia. Let's see. Oh, come on. Pull back. I do like this for 1 minute engulfing short.
Mm.
I think I have to get in. Now.
There's some topside orders on Nvidia, so it's tough to. All the orders are higher, but it does
Yeah.
look weak. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
conflicting.
think it is conflicting, man. But we give it 40 cents here, 174.44. Oh, okay, hold on. It's pulling back. It might not get better than this. I'm going short. Short here. Stop 174. We can go 50 now because I got a better entry. Let's see. Wish I would have had an entry up here. Would have been amazing, but I wasn't watching it. But it might not get better than this for us here, Peter. Let's see. All right. Okay, beautiful. Come on, we need at least.
I went short with you, and I took a partial at low of day.
All right. I'm
So,
looking for 173.70 if we can.
oh
Oh, come
man, come
on.
on.
Give it to us.
I got 173.80 on my partial,
Good for
so that was
you.
good.
Good.
Come on, let's go.
Now it's now or never. Oh, yes. Yes. Partial here, friends. And let's see. Oh, it might not stick around for long here.
Yeah.
How long
It's
for this candle?
what's
13 seconds?
my entry is
Ah,
my entry is
what's the entry?
174.10, so we're right there on the
Yeah.
price. Come on, let's
All
get a
right.
drop.
This candle's about to close. If it closes red, it'll be really good for us here. Okay. Let's go. Close, lower. Oh, there's too many ask. Oh, that's.
There you go. Come on. There you go. There you
Yes.
go. Let's go. Drop it.
Yes.
Come on.
Partial 173.50.
173.50.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
partial for me as well.
Okay.
I got filled.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh,
Carlos,
Nvidia.
we actually took a
Oh,
trade.
look, I didn't get filled.
Taking.
I did not get filled.
Oh
Oh,
no,
there it
yeah,
is.
I see
Boom. Got
that.
filled.
You did
You
not
saw that?
get
It got
filled.
stuck. It got stuck. All right, got
Yeah, I
it.
see the order there.
All right.
Okay.
I got
Oh.
it. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can get lower. Come on.
That was I'm not sure. I took the trade a little, but the order book orders were still on the top side on Nvidia, which is a little weird.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's sometimes doesn't it's not perfect.
no,
But
especially at the open, right?
yeah.
It's a little more chaotic at the open. You got to be aware of that.
Yes.
So
I do notice that it is a little bit tougher because there's orders everywhere at the market open, right? Then it kind of settles down a little bit. Um, all right, let's see if we can break the law of the day here. So 1 minute engulfing is how we took these guys. I was a little late to it, but we waited for a good pullback, which was important. And we might just, okay, this might turn into a really nice trade now, Peter, for us. Let's see here. Oh, yes,
there
yes,
we
yes.
go.
Close that
Come on.
candle. Big
173. I want
173.
173.
There it is. Oh, the bits are coming in. Okay. Here's a new candle. Oh, I'm gonna partial here. Oh, that's a great fill. I thought I was gonna get a bad fill there, but that's a good fill. I'm just gonna partial here because I don't know. Concern. It's not selling down like as fast as I would like.
No.
173. All right. Let's go. Walden is trading MU. Nice. Rhinos, we appreciate you too,
There we
man.
go.
This is
Come on.
awesome. We love
173.
comparing with you guys.
Come on,
We
man.
love it, love it. Okay.
173. Come on. Are we gonna
Yeah,
hit 173? Should
it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna be a little more patient now because I taken 4 parts. Like, how many parts have you taken, Pierre? Like 2?
2? I'm
Yeah,
gonna take a
yeah.
partial here because I see the
Yeah.
bounce. So now I just took my third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a good partial there. If I had not taken this partial, I probably would have taken one there as well if I would have waited with you. But now I want to be a little more patient and see if we can get something lower here.
yeah. My trade looks pretty much like yours. I think our entry is in
Yeah, let me see.
roughly the same spot.
Yep.
I entered on the next candle.
Yeah,
So,
very good.
oops. There you go. Good to
I
see
gotta zoom in. I want to set up your screen, so I'm assuming this is your whole monitor, right? That I'm looking at this entire monitor. You have it big like that. Okay. We gotta set it up, so you don't have to constantly keep moving it. We just can zoom into it. We'll see. We'll work on that later. All right. Oh, Peter, we might get another drop here. Let's see. Looks good.
Here's hoping.
What is Atlas giving us? Where's our beautiful Atlas? Boom, boom, boom. All right. Oh, come on. Breakdown 173. How you guys doing in chat? What's going on? Made $1,000 on MU already. Beautiful. Excellent.
Here's
Excellent.
the 173. Oh man, it's 173.01 is the low of day. There you go. Finally, it broke
battling.
173.
Yeah. I'm gonna be patient with the partials a little bit here. See how low we can go. And we got 170. I know 170.
Yeah, yesterday's low was 170.31. It's the low of the day from yesterday. So
yeah. 170. There's tons of orders. 392,000 orders at 170. Now there's tons of orders at 176 as well, which is pretty far out to the upside.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't take a partial. Wait, patience. Patience. Don't look at it. Just patience, my child. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna look at the market atlas. That's it. Let's just be patient here. Be patient. Let's set this up a little bit better. So this is the app. Look how sharp this looks. It looks so good compared to everything else. I got a level 172.38. We got tons of orders at 172. This is your market atlas here. So I'm waiting for this if we can get it. And we might
Now this is an
172.50.
area where we consolidated pre-market. So
That
here we
is
go.
nice. Okay.
172.40.
I'm taking a partial here, Peter. It would be irresponsible of me
No, wait,
not
wait,
to. Wait,
wait.
okay. Okay, I'm waiting.
Well, yeah, I don't want to. No, you do you. I actually, you
Waiting.
know, because if it bounces, I don't want to be
It's your
responsible for
fault.
that.
Oh, if it bounces, your fault. Absolutely your fault. I'm gonna blame you right away.
Well, now I can't take a partial. Sorry. You
Uh,
let me know when you're taking a
uh,
partial because then I'll.
yeah. No. Let's see. Bids at we no, but in all honesty, in all seriousness, 172 is what we should wait for, right? Look at this, 172. Let's see if we could get
Yeah.
into this red area. We should try to wait for that. And if we get close again, we tried right here to get pretty close. We didn't make it. Let's see if this drop can come down and retest that, right? So let's see. Oh, yes. Peter, you came through, man. You came through very nicely.
Let's
All
go.
right. Let's
Come on.
go. 170. Come on. Gotta pick those orders up. 172. Start digging into that red bar. Start digging in. Oh man, look at just the bids
Okay, I'm
continue
getting
to
ready.
pile
My
up.
finger's on the trigger for when we hit 172. Come on.
This is close
Let's
enough for
go.
me, Peter. I'm taking a partial.
Okay.
This is
No, that's fair.
close enough for me. Partial here. Oh man, but
I think
yeah,
that's
just
smart. I'm gonna do the same. Yeah.
look at this battle
There it
going
is.
on here.
Oh, there it is.
See this?
Oh.
See this battle
Yeah.
happening here? You gotta love Atlas for this, man. The visual, like you can get this information on level 2, but you cannot get these visuals and just see the levels and the battle happening here. Look at this giant order being Ah, man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Now we ate through that.
Oh.
Might go lower. It's nothing holding it. We got more levels at 171. I'm telling you, partially with Market Atlas is
Beautiful.
legit. It really is legit. Like it gives you another perspective. Like I would have partial at 172.38. But besides Peter stopping me and Market Atlas confirming what he was telling me, I think that was a good move. So let's see now. 171 is next on Atlas. And wow. This is nice, man. Love it. Love it, friends. You guys join us on that Tesla. I'm sorry, on the Nvidia short. What is Tesla doing? I see you guys calling out a couple of tickers. Let me take a look. Tesla. Oh yeah, Tesla at VWAP, guys. This looks good. Tesla at VWAP. That's a beautiful breakout candle. I'm in a good position on Nvidia, so I can actually focus on another trade because we got some spacing here. So here's the pullback on Nvidia. And then we need the confirmation. Oh, that pullback was not that was a quick changing directions. You could have taken it long here, like Andrew would take it long here, right? Andrew would take it long here, and then he'll add here in this pullback. Like, that's Andrew's trade, right? I try to wait a little bit longer. I usually don't get the best entry, or I miss the move like now. Like this. Is Andrew in this, by the way? I haven't looked at his screen, but it'll be funny if he is.
That's a good question.
He is.
He is.
I know.
Yes, he is.
Ah, man,
He
we
is.
know
Yep.
the way he
You
trades
called it.
so much, man.
I know.
It's just we
it.
watched this guys for years, and we just know how he trades. Like this is his entry right there. Boom, he's in. It's unbelievable. Let me show you. here. There it is. He's in on TSL.
Yep.
Partial already.
Yep.
Added some more. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, look at that. Very nice.
I'm happy that I
That's
actually took a
awesome.
trade. I haven't traded in the morning for so long. It felt like I was getting all stagnant here. So
Yeah.
oh man, it's like a monkey off my back. I mean, it's funny how, time dilation is a real thing in trading. Because again, when I say
Yeah.
for so long, like what? It was this week. So it means what? Like this is day 4. And so I had 3 days of not trading at the open,
Yeah.
and I just felt like forever. So.
Yeah. Friends, this is what you're looking at here. This is our chat room. Right, so you got a lot of information that you have here. You got Andrew sharing his screens there, so you can see his entries and exits. You got Brian as well, and then you can see our chat also on the side here, which shows you what our moderators are watching. If you've never seen this, see our moderators list, what they're watching today, some commentary, plus you could chat with our team here. So there it is. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's focus in. So Nvidia's bouncing back a little. We got a great cushion here, so we can wait and see if we're gonna retest that low or not. But look at this 5 minute, which I'm sure Peter, your partials are on the same area. All right, look at that beautiful partial there and coming back. So all of these are 10% partials. Here I took a 20. Just because it is a big move, and I was actually very patient through this process here. So we waited for this drop. So 20% here, because again, this is it's a $2 move from our entry. So there's no need to get too greedy. And let's see if Nvidia's gonna come back and retest the low. This is where some people will be adding. I am horrible at adding, so I'm not gonna do that. Every time I add, actually no, not every time, but the few times I have added, it has not worked.
Right.
And so we'll see. PLTR, AVGO continues to sell off. Gapped up today, but giving a lot of it back this morning. PLTR, a little bit choppy. Nvidia, beautiful. Oh, I don't like this trend. Nvidia. Maybe I should take some off. What do you think,
DJT
Peter?
moved up here after pretty lackluster open. I must say it was really, and then now it decided to make a little bit of a move higher. Again, on the news of this merger with TAE Technologies.
Nice. Melanie, you went short Nvidia and now you flip long. If Melanie's long, I have to jump out. The Melanie indicator is long Nvidia. Could be dangerous. So let's see here. Carlos, when you say you only trade the 1 minute engulfing, can you explain what that looks like for you? Yes. So I don't trade 1 minute ORBs unless they engulf, right? So for example, let me find a one that just takes off. Actually, Tesla maybe. Yeah, Tesla's a good one. So here's your 1 minute ORB, right? That is your 1 minute range. So there's somebody that will trade this long here. They'll get long for the 1 minute break, and they'll partial parts. Like I can see Andrew taking these trades. He does them quite a bit. He's very good at it. He's very quick. He gets in quickly, partials. And even if this falls apart here, he'll be out break even. He's done good for that trade. The only trade I take when it comes to the 1 minute ORB is similar to Nvidia, where this is our 1 minute ORB, right? And I only take engulfing trades. So look, it popped up. It came back down. Now this candle engulfing the previous 1 minute candle. These trades I will take on a 1 minute ORB. It's just I'm much better at these than trying to get the continuation of it. So that is an engulfing 1 minute for the break, and that's when. And I usually I like the pullbacks here, the beautiful pullback, and then the drop. Sometimes I'll get in here if I can catch it early enough, but sometimes it'll engulf, pull back, and then I'll get in after that engulfing. I do very well with these trades. I don't do well with the other ones. I think they're a lot more difficult. So let's see if another example we have here today. This is another one, AVGO, beautiful 1 minute in continuation, right? So there's another 1 minute break where you can get in on, but I wouldn't have traded this one, right? That's a very tough trade to take. Let me see what else. DJT, Oracle. I don't see any other engulfings besides Nvidia. Nvidia was a beautiful 1 minute engulfing pattern. I don't see anything else like that. Just checking through my list. It's the only one. Maybe MU was not as clean. It is a 1 minute ORB here. You did engulf it on the next. You engulfed it here for a little bit drop and then came back up. That's a little tougher to trade, but that's also somewhat not quite. Like it's like a C setup, So you're probably not gonna take that. So MU was the cleanest one. I'm sorry, Nvidia, the one we took. Beautiful,
Nvidia.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And the VWAP at a perfect place too. I mean, just awesome. Everything worked out great on this trade here. All right, I'm thinking Nvidia might be trying to head higher here, right? Let's see. Still below the VWAP, battling some moving averages. Um, Paid off my Visa, trading coming soon. Really good soil, man. We're here. We'll wait for you. We're ready when you're ready.
Yeah.
Some congrats on paying off your Visa. That's awesome. And we'll, you know, market's not going anywhere. So take your time. There's no rush. But I'm glad you're here starting the learning process, which is sometimes people, it's tough because I get it. You know, they don't want to start learning unless they know they can actually trade and they have the funds to do so. But you should start learning immediately. So then when you do have the funds, you can hit the ground running. So I always tell people that, you know, don't wait to have the money to start learning how to trade because you're not going to need the money to learn at first. You should be trading in sim to begin with. So you're doing it the right way, man. Doing it the right way. Um, what is Nvidia setting up here for?
It
G-Man.
does sort
This
of
one's
looks like it wants to go higher at this point, but
yeah.
we'll
G-Man
see.
sometimes. So the question he has is, do you enter as soon as it breaks in golfing? Sometimes, like on Nvidia, we didn't enter as soon as it broke, right? We enter on the pullback, right? So sometimes we do enter here. Sometimes we enter on the pullback for the break again, right? So Chris MC is a scalper. Yes, I do know. I do know. Can you show again how to detach Atlas? Yeah, so I detached it already. So for me now, what it does, it doesn't show me that little symbol that it was showing before. But if you once you go to tradingterminal.com, or what, like when you once you go to like the scanners, right? So you go to tradingterminal.com, hit the scanners or hit the Atlas, and there's gonna be this little box here. It's gonna show different for all you guys depending on your browser. And if you click on that little box, see now it tells me to open an app because I already downloaded the app, right? But if you have not downloaded it, it's gonna ask you, you know, do you want to install this app? And it will install it for you, and then you're gonna get this little app, and then it adds it to your bars down here where you can just click on them and open them without having to go to the website. So pretty nice, pretty nice. Nvidia, I'm so glad I took that partial down there because it looks like we are getting ready to reverse here on Nvidia. We're at VWAP.
It does.
Let's see if VWAP can do its job. Do your job, VWAP. Do your job.
Do your job.
Let's see if we can drop. No.
Yeah, looks like we're coming up now on Nvidia.
Yeah.
This looks like
Yep.
this
Yep.
trade might be over.
It is.
Not yet. I'm still hanging in here, but
Yeah, because you could get a VWAP. Like right now, let's say if I was trying to go long, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for my VWAP breakout trend. I'm going to wait for the pop, the pullback, and then the confirmation. Sometimes it doesn't happen and it rejects and it comes lower. So what I'll do is I'm going to wait to see if I get my VWAP confirmation. I got space. My stop is not until like 174.15. So let's see. Here's the breakout candle about to close. Okay. Are we going to get a pullback here? We're going to continue. What's the plan, Nvidia? Break even will be out of the trade. Let's see. Strong candle in the 5 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, that's a strong bullish candle.
it is.
Chris, you added short on what? You're an animal if you added short on Nvidia. You're a beast, man. That's that's a tough short, but I get it. I get it. It can after a strong move like that, it can
Yeah, I
pull
don't
back.
know. Adding short above VWAP is. I mean, I
It's a
think this thing
no-no
is
for
just going to
me.
come and stop me out now. It's
Yeah, let's see
yeah.
here. Let's see if we can get the wow. Nope, that is a strong move. No pullback. I'm about to get stopped out too here, Peter. I'm gonna 174. Let's see. Here's the candle. Any pullback, Nvidia? My goodness, you're just going. Let's see if there's a false VWAP breakout or not. And if it's not, it could be a good long. It could be a good long. I don't know if I want to risk anymore after this trade, but it could actually be a good setup long. VWAP breakout. AVGO short. Which was? Oh, here's PLTR testing the VWAP as well. There was another one you guys called out too. That was at the VWAP. Which one was that one? I don't see it now. Was it Oracle? No, Oracle's messy. All right, so here is Nvidia pulling back. Hard stop at 174 for me, friends. We'll see if we can get back lower. And you can even consider, I can even, not you, I can even consider probably going long if we do get a nice VWAP breakout setup. Why not, right? It's trading really, Nvidia today is trading really well. Like, look how clean this is compared to the last two trading days. This is beautiful on the 1 minute. The last two trading days have been just atrocious. This is really clean. All right, it's got to bounce here, friends. If it doesn't bounce here, if it doesn't bounce here, it's a false VWAP breakout. We might go back down to 172.80, and I'll take a partial if we get back down there. Let's see. If not, we'll be out.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to get support at VWAP. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? It could change, but right now it's looking definitely long.
Yeah.
More
I'm gonna wait for the confirmation.
Short, in my opinion.
Like, if it comes back up here,
yeah,
that'll be my confirmation to go long. That's where I'm gonna stop out. Because that is where if I was looking at this, that is where I will go long. Hopefully for the high of the day. So I'm just gonna play it like that and see what it does here. So, all right, let's see, 173.88. I'm gonna flip my position. 173.80, 173.88. I think it's a good spot. And if you haven't seen this strategy, I have a whole webinar on this on YouTube, guys. Or VWAP breakout. Again, the breakout candles, pullback candles, and then the confirmation candle once we engulf the pullback area. So that's usually where I go long. That's our strategy here. So if that strategy comes to play here, just gotta make sure I do this right, and I can't fumble here. Stop out first, then go long. Don't do no madness. All right, let's see here.
Do no madness.
Yes. Looks good for a long, Peter. It looks good.
Yep.
I'm going to, here it is, 173.88. We'll stop out. We're stopping out, and we are going long. All right, so I'm long Nvidia. We'll love to get high of the day, 174.89, but this is a beautiful VWAP breakout. I mean, that is clean. Let's see if we can get the continuation now. Will be nice. Our stop here, we're gonna give it I don't want to give it more than 40 cents. It should be 173.20, but I don't want to lose too much after I have such a beautiful trade.
Does that mean we're now on opposite sides of this?
Are you still short? Sorry, man.
I'm still short because my break even is 174.10.
Yeah.
So I figured being that I'm 10 cents above the whole dollar, if it's going to break higher, then it's going to break higher, like aggressively.
For 20 cents, you're not going to bail on it. So. Yeah, I get that. I'm in just for the strategy.
I'll just leave it and see what happens.
No, of course. Makes perfect sense. I mean, unfortunately, we're going to have to stop you out because my trade's going to work, but, it's okay. We're not going to nitpick.
It might. It looks It looks good. As I said, it
Uh,
definitely looks more like a long now than it does a short.
yeah,
If I wasn't in the trade, I certainly would not be trying to get it,
you
right?
wouldn't.
Like it's
Right,
just
right. This
it
is
doesn't make
yeah.
any sense.
Right, and not above the VWAP either. Like you're not gonna go short, but we usually don't go short above the VWAP or long below the VWAP. Like that's one of the things that we just
Right.
typically don't do. There are exceptions, obviously, but typically we don't do that.
Here we go. About to stop me out. We're over 174. I'm still in it for now. Oh man,
Yeah, it's battling here.
it is.
It's battling. Oh, Andrew's long Tesla, partial added. Looking for a partial at 23.30, which is TSLL. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Atlas looks bullish on Nvidia. Good, 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 good. Hopefully done for the day. Took
That
three
is
trades today. Risked. I love this. So you risked $50 per trade, and I'm walking out with $528 in profit. God is good, man. Good job for you, man. That is awesome. That's good. Risking a small amount, it's important. That is awesome. You don't gotta go, you know, big on everything. So that is great, great, great stuff. Do I trade using Spot Gamma too? No, I don't even know how to use Spot Gamma. I see a lot of webinars on it, but I don't use Spot Gamma. I keep it simple, man. And not saying that Spot Gamma is not simple, but what I have now, what I learned from Andrew back in 2017, 2018, still works today. The only major thing that I have added is Atlas. Since then, think about it. The only major thing that I have added is Atlas, and also the VWAP breakout. Like I did not trade the VWAP breakout. I did not have this strategy. That was like that came. I started doing it more like about a year ago. A year ago, I started doing the VWAP breakout a lot more. But I do not trade. I haven't added anything. The biggest thing has been Market Atlas, and I love it. I love it, man. Yes, the Shark Cafe. We are going to fix that. But Andrew, we had a conversation yesterday. He's aware of all the things he's working on with the developers. So that they're aware of the UI and things that need to be improved. There's some updates coming as well. So they're all over it, man. So we're working on it. We're working on it because we love it. We love it. So. But I see the app that I just showed you guys today, it does seem to be much smoother. So I'm looking forward towards that update. And also we're going to want to make the numbers look better so you could read the price action, the prices a little bit easier. So it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, Nvidia dropping here. Going sideways at the moment. So Peter, you're looking good. I'm not looking so good. My stop is 173.40 because we have a great day. I do not want to give a lot back. Friends, if you haven't check out our Lambos and Garbage Truck. We release videos weekly on a regular basis. Andrew also does his recaps there. So if you guys want to join, it's like $5 local a month. Is nothing. But
5 local dollars. Yeah, it is.
yeah. So if you're like in the Dominican Republic and they're charging you $5 local, I mean that is like nothing. Go register in Dominican Republic and just sign up. Just come back to the US. Like I don't know, figure it out, but join us. It is five local dollars. If you're in Thailand, there's no reason why you should not join us. I mean, that is like it's like nothing. So love to have you. Join the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. We do videos weekly and you get fun emojis to share. So in chat. So we appreciate you guys. All right, Nvidia failing here, friends. I'm long. Peter is short.
Mm-hmm.
Still short from his original entry. And we're trying to
Yep.
see where it's going to go. 173.40, I am out. Maybe even sooner. I'll be out of this. Atlas looks bullish, but right now we're struggling to stay above the VWAP looks like at the moment. Here it is, 173.40. I'm gonna bail on this thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like the VWAP is gonna hold. Normally I would do 173.20 because I want to test, but I don't wanna give a lot back. Yeah, we're dropping. We are dropping. Is VWAP gonna do its job? We're ready. Oh yeah, there's a drop coming. I see it. I feel it. All right, so I'm out of Nvidia, guys. Our long trade failed here, so couldn't get the continuation going. But Peter, you're still in short, which is nice. Did you add? Did you add here or
I'm
no?
still at short. I did not, no, because
You did not.
it
Okay,
would have.
okay.
No, I was too close to my break even. It
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
moved my my break even into the price action, and I just couldn't do that. So
yeah, yeah. So we'll see if it's gonna be. Oh, that's a nice continuation here on Nvidia. That might actually go lower towards the end of towards the low of the day here. 172.38 is the next level I have, but again, great trade this morning. This was awesome. This was really nice. I knew it was gonna be something when we got the first partial quickly, but not this 172. Did not expect that. That was very nice. Um, good excuse for vacation outside of the U.S. Yes, go for vacation somewhere in Dominican Republic, Caribbean. Go to South Africa or something,
I
and
know.
Europe, and then sign up while you're there. You're gonna get the local thing, and then come back and just leave it and be good to go. Let's see the fight between Carlos and Peter. No, Peter won this fight. Well, for now, he won this fight. Don't tell me that. This is where my stop was gonna be, 173.20, but I didn't want to lose more. I didn't want to give back more of my profits, but usually that's where our stop will be, just below the VWAP. Never at VWAP because usually you test and you kind of get the bounce, and let's see if it's gonna hold here. So Peter won the fight on this one. I am out. Does the currency deal extend to BBT membership? No. Doesn't extend to BBT membership. No, it does not. That's funny though. That's good. Mr. Chatty, thank you, man. We appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Um, come to Dubai. We do have. I've never been to Dubai. We should have a Dubai meetup. That'd be awesome.
I've never been either.
Have you been to Dubai, Peter?
No,
No.
no, I haven't.
Well, that's got to be nice. Here it is. Nvidia. Hem, are you in Dubai? Usam is from Dubai too. Osam, I think it is how you say it. Mm. Wow, Yami been there 15 times. I think Andrew's been there 15 times. Um, nice weather. It's raining today. It rains in Dubai. I thought is that with the natural rain, or are you guys still flying those airplanes, filling up the clouds with raindrops? Is that real, or are we just being fed fake news? What's going on over there?
Apparently they're using, yeah, it's like silver nitrate or something or whatever. It
Today seems to be
causes
natural.
moisture collection.
Yeah, they fly the planes with little like needles filling up the clouds. But
I
today's
did
natural.
I did add to Nvidia. We'll see if that's a mistake or not. It looked like it was going to break, so you can see I added into
No,
my
that's a good
trade.
ad, Peter.
It's
It's a
working out so
great ad.
far.
Yes, it's a great ad, man. Very nicely done.
Once it finally looked weak enough.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful, man. Let me see. Where's your trades at? Here we go. Here's Peter's charts, friends. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
we'll see. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like it
Let's see.
moved my break even is, well, just above this latest little consolidation area here, but we'll It's actually my actual break even is 173.67, but I moved it up a few cents because that was too much into the price action.
Yeah, give yourself a little bit
Uh,
of
uh,
room for the pullbacks.
uh,
Let's see, man. Let's see what is Atlas giving us. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Where do I have it? Here it is. All right, Nvidia. You know, that's what I saw earlier. It was bullish, but it didn't really pull. It means far out, 175. Right, so it's very bullish, and it's kind of what I took it long. But again, it's got some more at 171. But it's looking at this heavier on the upside, of course, much more bullish. But doesn't mean it can drop. Just an indicator, like everything else, right? Rigetti spaghetti. Yeah, Rigetti spaghetti going lower. I see that. Nvidia dropping PLTR. AVGO, man. AVGO short at the market open tomorrow. Just short it every time. Market open, short AVGO, and then and
wow.
long Tesla.
AVGO,
Look at
yeah,
this
it's
thing,
short
man.
all morning here. Yeah,
Wow. That is beautiful. That is, and now you're really getting the weakness coming in here. So it must be your SPY is not dropping much though. It's just a little bit. Qs are dropping, but nothing crazy. Like we're still not even at the low of the day on both of these, right? We're seeing some weakness now, but it's nothing out of this world. But stocks are biting into it, man. Peter, you're looking great on this Nvidia, man. 172.38 will be awesome. You can get that. MU falling in line as well with the overall market situation. DJT trying to hold here. Our good buddy Oracle, little rough start, then eventually gave away. 305 sells 6. What's the question for Carlos? How many shares do you trade on your initial Nvidia trade? How many shares do you partial every time? So I partial 10%. 10%. So I took a decent size in Nvidia. It's not a high price stock, so you're not gonna use a whole lot of buying power on it. And I partial 10%. So all these are 10%, 10%, 10%, and then this one was 20, right? And sometimes 10% don't make sense, right? Like I'll be honest, right? Like if you take 10% here and you partial out, let's say 25 shares, it's nothing on the P&L, right? So that it's more like it's more mental, I guess, right? But the way I look at it is like, eventually when I'm trading big size, I'm going to partial the same way. I'm going to trade the same way. And then that would be probably more significant, right? Like I could go without this partial, but it's the way I trade. Sometimes I take a partial and it's like, let's say 40, 50 shares because I took 500 units and I look at the P&L, it's like $15. It's like, wait, what? It's nothing, right? So once you start moving lower and lower, then it definitely starts making a big difference. So, but yeah, good trade on Nvidia. Yeah, but as far as the shares, 305 sells, it doesn't really matter, right? What matters is how much you're risking. That's more important. Ask me how much did I risk on this trade, right? That's better because if you're risking, let's say 174.40 was our stop, right? Am I risking $100, $250, right? What's your risk, right? That's more important. Always think about how much you're risking. The number of shares don't matter, right? How much are you risking to make what you make? That's the most important thing. And then go into R's, right? So always think about, okay, I'm gonna, like you saw the gentleman that was messaged earlier. He says he was risking $50 per trade, right? $50. That's great. $50 here. It's gonna get you in this trade. Will probably get you the way we traded here, maybe 250 because I partial a lot. Maybe 250, $300, right? So think about how much can I afford to risk based on my account, based on my experience, my risk tolerance, and think of it that way, right? Start small. Don't be afraid to risk, $20 per trade. That's not gonna blow up your capital if you're risking $20 per trade, right? Always think about how much can I lose? How much can I lose? How much can I afford to lose? Forget about how much you can make. That's gonna work itself out, especially once you start getting better and better. Increase your size, it'll work itself out. But always think about how much am I gonna pay for this trade. You know, Tesla, Nvidia doing some stuff there. Rigetti. Chris, are you hitting like my man Chris MC? Are you hitting like enter after every word? Put this all together, man. Put this all together in one little beautiful sentence here. Boom, 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 boom. Then enter. Okay. Don't. Maybe you have your programming set to enter as the space button. Hit the space button, then enter. We love you, brother, but come on. I'm working here. I can tell you. You're working on hitting enter. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. So you are long Nvidia going against Peter, huh? All right.
He's taken like 12 trades in the time I've been in this one, so that's how he trades.
That's true. He is a scalper, so that is normal. He's building his XP. Who's winning it? See, XP is smart though, right? Like it tracks like what kind of conversations you have. So see, Bev here is crushing it. But it does track like the quality of the conversation opposed to the amount of the conversation, right? So it and what does the XP does? Like I'm not sure what it does, right? I'm not sure. Let's see here. Can you check ASTS? I mean, it's quiet. It's really quiet. Like it's not even moving right now. Volume is so light. So yeah, I'll be careful with this one. Like right now, you're barely getting even 50,000 shares per 1 minute. So this is really low. You can still move. But you know, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't trade it. So just be careful on it. But you are getting a drop here. But again, just the volume is extremely light on it. Let's see here. He is on coffee. Number one fan. Yeah, I don't like the word fan. You guys are not fan. We're a team here. We're members. I don't know why they did that. Fans. What are we, paparazzi over here? Like we're movie stars? Fans. What kind of thing
what
is
are we,
that?
paparazzi?
Yeah, come on, fans, hit the like. Like, what is this nonsense? Members is the word that they should have used. Top fans. What is this? What's the fans page? What again? What's the fan? Cash fans? What is it? What is the fan page with the adult entertainment? I didn't forget this.
Oh,
fan
OnlyFans
page.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. There we go. Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Like, what is this? My goodness.
It's more than that. It's a gaming platform, Carlos.
There's some gamers on there. I don't know why. But I.
Well, that's what it was created. That's what it was created for originally.
For all streaming.
It was meant to be. It was meant to stream like live gaming and game summaries, and then it got taken over by porn, like things do when there's money to be made.
I looked this up. So the reason why is because the restrictions were a lot easier because they're in Australia or something. I think they're not in the US. So the restrictions to do adult entertainment was a lot easier than like going on what's the big streaming platform here for games. You guys know. Twitch, right? You can't do that stuff in Twitch, right? There's a lot of restrictions. Twitch? Yeah. So they took it over. James Peter knew it instantly. I knew it too. I just forgot the only part. I had the fans correct. Had the fans correct. We should start our OnlyFans page and just do trades and see if we get traders to show up there.
Only trades?
Why not? Only trades. Only trades. That'll be interesting. All right, friends. What do we got going on here? So, ooh, MU is a much better short after the VWAP here. Look at this thing go. That is beautiful. My greatest fan, Johnny Cage. Twitch is Amazon. Yeah, they bought it out. Yep. Twitch. They bought that thing. Which is nice, right? For whoever created it, already made out. That's usually what happens, right? You create a nice platform, gains traction, then the big boys come in and say, "Hey, we'll give you this for this," and then make him an offer he couldn't refuse. Can you please suggest how many trades should be taken in a day if the setup is suggested? Well, if the setup is suggested, you take the setup, right? So don't worry about how many trades you could take per day. If your setup shows up, right, you take the trade. Now, there's a caveat to that, right? If you're hitting your max loss, if you're emotionally, until, then no matter if your setup shows up, you shouldn't take the trade. Like, do a mental check. If you're not where you need to be as far as your state of mind of trading, then don't take the trade because you're making emotional decisions. Even if your setup shows up, I wouldn't take the trade. I just walk away and take a break. But if you're calm, cool, and collected, and you need to be in the right state of mind, your setup shows up, take the trade, right? And that could be 3 trades per day. That could be 10 trades or 21 trades per day if you're Chris MC, right? So trade your setup is more important. Quality setups, right? For me, it's a lot less, between 2 or 3 trades per day.
Yeah.
And I'm not trading all day.
Takes like 50 trades a day.
Yeah. Well, Candy, I don't know if Candy's in chat, but Candy, also one of our members here in YouTube, she trades a lot too. She's also a active trader. Is she here?
Oh, look at that spike higher on Nvidia. Yikes.
She is here.
Yikes. Okay.
Nvidia. Yeah. I like that. Two, 3 trades per day, rookie numbers. Yes. Let's see here. What a great day.
Andrew's talking about my wife out there.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew's talking about everybody's wife. Talking about my wife, your wife. We need to get him a wife. We need to get Andrew a wife. Oh boy. Good stuff. Gotta love this guy, man. Where else can you have so much fun in a community, guys? And you only got 289 likes. I mean, where are you not entertained? I mean, we're talking about Black Santas. We're talking about religion, politics, charts, Nvidia.
Well, once again,
Peter's wife. I mean,
once again,
what do you want?
Black Santa. We got it all going. Nvidia just took me out, so I'm out of that trade. My ad once again didn't work. The ad looked good for a minute, but
yeah. Yep. T-Man, I always give you guys a like. No, yeah, we know that a lot of people do hit the like button, and we appreciate it. But there's a group that, and I'm part of that group sometimes, that comes in, just gets ready, get their coffee, get ready to go, and they forget about hitting the like button. So this is why we remind people to do it. We're sitting at 316, which is awesome. But we do have 800 people watching, so love that support if we can get it higher. But hey, you guys just being here is awesome. We appreciate that alone right there. If that's all you could do is just be here, and you don't have, the time to hit the button with your arms, it's okay. We're happy. We're happy either way. Thank you for having us here. Getty, yeah, Nvidia is on the move, friends. What is Tesla up to? What is Tesla up to? Yeah, the community part of it is a lot of fun, man. Like, even went to Thailand to sit down and hang out with JC. I'm not sure if he's in chat now. Joe from Florida. I mean, all these traders. That is awesome. That is awesome to get to meet you guys as well. Is another great benefit of this community. So we look forward to. I look forward to more meetups and seeing you guys and getting to talk shop.
Oh, I so much regret missing Thailand. Oh
Yeah,
well.
let's do a poll. Let's see how many trades people take. Oh yeah, Peter, we missed you. We missed you there, man. We'd have had a lot of fun. It was awesome. So many different things we did. The scooters was one of my favorite ones, man. Getting to see the island like that on scooters. Oh man, that was so cool. Uh, let's do a poll. Let's see
You
how
had fun
many.
scooting around, eh?
Oh, I really did. Me and my wife really enjoyed that part, man. That was fun. Went to see the elephants. That was cool. All right, let's see. Let's do a poll here and see what is. So Candy says she does not take that many trades. I thought you did, but maybe I was wrong. All right, let's see. Let's go in here and do a poll. What should the numbers be, Peter? Number of trades per day. We could do up to 4 groups. Let's see here. Where's my poll?
Where's your
Here we
poll?
go.
I don't see it.
No, I'm setting it up now. So what should we do? We should do
okay.
1, 2, 3, right? We get up to 4 options. Here we are. Go live.
Didn't we did this before, didn't we? We're asking how many trades people take.
We did? I don't remember.
Yeah.
We might have. We've been on for a long time. Probably everything we've done in the past, at least once. We've been live on. I was going back.
We did it just a few weeks
Yeah.
ago, I think. But anyways,
All
that's
right,
all
so
right. It's worth doing again.
Let's do it again. I forgot. We'll do it again. I went back to. I was looking at our YouTube live, man. We went live back in January 2019 was our first YouTube stream for the pre-market show. And you got to see the screen.
Okay.
It is so bad. Compared to now, you have to see it. It's just like my entire monitor. And it's like, hey, guys. Yeah, we're here. It was just like so new, so rookie.
Oh,
It was
you're
awesome.
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Was it just you, or was
It
Norm
was
there from the beginning?
no. So I started doing it without her, which is just not a thing. It was just like we started doing it in the chat room first, and then it was like put it on YouTube. Like, okay, we did it on YouTube. So it was just me for like the first 6 months. Then Norm came in and joined me. But yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. How many trades you take a day? But it was. I went back and I was looking at him like, oh my goodness. So next it'll be 6 years we've been live in January.
Wow.
That is actually no. Yeah, 6 years, yeah. You take a day.
Well, you said 2019 or 2020?
January 2019. 2019, yeah.
That'd be 7 years. Or start of the 7th.
Start of 7. Yes, correct.
Wow,
Good
look
times.
at Nvidia is just all green, all going higher now.
Yeah, so is Tesla. Everything is taking a turn here.
This is this would have been the long trade here on Nvidia.
Yeah, man. It's gone. Look at that. What a move. Where were you 30 minutes ago? Huh? Where were you 30 minutes ago? Wow.
Yeah, no. That's what the trade you were this is the breakout you were hoping was going to happen last time when you tried.
Yeah. You going to look it up to see? Yeah, you can look it up. It's gonna take you a while. to look up that first live show. I can give you the link. I have it here. It's much easier for us to do on the back end.
How many trades do you take a day?
Yeah, everything's flying right now, guys. Everything's doing really, really nice at the moment. So yeah. Very good, very good. Here it is. January 15th. What's the day? For those asking, here's the link. Here's what it was. Here's what it was.
James, you like Best Loser Wins, eh? It's funny how everybody's got a different favorite book.
I haven't read that one. I heard it. I heard many people say that one. They like that book. I have not read that one.
I've got that one right here. Here it is.
Oh, you do?
Right here. So
all right.
I read it. Wasn't one of my favorites, to be honest, but you know,
okay.
Everybody's got their own.
Yeah.
Their own.
Everybody's got their thing that clicks with them, right? Like, okay, this made an
Yeah.
impact. Everybody's different, and that's okay. Yeah. And that's okay. Look at that.
This doesn't look that bad, Carlos.
Look at this, Peter. So AMD.
You got no
back
cameras.
at that time. AMD back at the time was 20. You guys see that there? $23. AMD. This was our first YouTube stream. PCG. Used to watch quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, CGC.
Canopy
this was
growth.
CGC and Canopy and CRN were in play.
Yeah, no.
Used to watch those quite a bit. So yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. Wow, Nvidia, man. What a move. What a move, what a move. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, friends. All right, so 2 trades for me this morning, and both on Nvidia. Short, which made the day. Beautiful short there. Peter also took this as well, and then stopped out long. That didn't work out. So we gave some of the profits back, not a whole lot, very, very minimal there. So that's good. And then Peter was still short in here. Did you take a partial at all, Peter, or just add it? You didn't take a partial again here, right?
No, I just added. It's up on my screen there. You can see I've got my ad, and then I got stopped out on this big drive higher. So just was able to hold in longer.
Yeah.
But,
well, we both got that nice drop, man. We both got that nice drop all the way down to 172. So really great day today. And the fun is not over. Look at PLTR. Go. Look at Nvidia. So hopefully you guys are in this here. Rigetti's not doing nothing. MU still struggling here below the VWAP. Tesla. Was Tesla, PLTR, and Nvidia. All 3 of these are just flying off the handle here. So that's really nice. Really nice. So yeah, great day. Great day. He just gave the 2019 video a like. That's awesome. We had like 6 likes. So you made it 7. Thank you, man. I appreciate
that. There you go. I should have done that too. I had it all called up here. I didn't.
Yeah, go there and give that video a like. Let's make it go viral for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, I'd already liked it. All right, way back then. So it's up to 39, Carlos. Look at that.
There you go, 39. Okay, good.
Look at that. It's a viral sensation.
Oh, you can't make this stuff up, man. Good.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Andrew?
I'm doing great.
Glad to hear
Morning.
that, man. Awesome.
You got to
Let's
get him
get
linked
you
back into
in the
the chat room.
chat. Yep, I'm doing it
Yeah,
right
there you
now.
go.
And sound is good, and video is coming up in a second. All right, awesome, guys.
How's everybody's day, guys? I had a really good day, thanks to Mr. Tesla.
We were trading Nvidia over here and had a good day. We went short Nvidia, got some good move to the low of day. Missed this
That was my
pop
trade.
higher though. Look at Nvidia gunning higher now.
Yeah. Oh, everything. The markets, both the Qs and the SPY are breaking out high of day here.
Yeah, so Tesla, as you see, guys, in my screen, we have the market atlas. One thing that I wanted to mention that, guys, for the people who are using market atlas, stop this one. You can actually have it downloaded as an app in your desktop instead of browser. So then you can just move it around any way that you want. So it's really nice. So essentially, you can replace it with the replay as well. So sorry, with the level 2 as well, like because it's the same thing. So yeah, so right now you see that there's really big orders stacking up on Atlas 486. So it's going to go probably toward that in a matter of the maybe few seconds. And based on these liquidity pools, you can actually take the trade either through Tesla or TSLA, which they're all same thing. So obviously the orders are really stacking up there. So we can expect that this one goes into that direction. There are some updates coming to Market Atlas before the end of this year. So one of the biggest updates that you're having is that when you're actually zooming out, these numbers become difficult to read. So we adjust them automatically. Plus, there's more improvement in the speed of loading the graphic and making it nicer. So I'm actually super excited for those things. And also we have the CVD, cumulative volume delta as well. We're adding it that to know how much buys and sells happening on each volume. So that's great. But today we had a really nice trade on Tesla. I had two trades on Tesla, one loss and one win. So I did it through TSLL. At the open, what we saw was, market obviously was strong, sold off, came above the VWAP. I went long. Let me go to 1 minute chart because I traded based on 1 minute chart. So this was my trade. So the first trade, I went long. I added more. I got stopped out, came back up. I went long, partial, and then I realized that we're gonna go for the high of the day. I added more heavy size on it. Boom, popped up and sold. I added more one more time, and I got stopped out at the break even. And unfortunately, so this is my first trade. This is my second trade with two ads on that. But as soon as I got stopped out, as you saw, really ripped back higher. But I really resisted the urge not to get back in there, and I'm pretty happy with the decision that I had because I made really nice $9,000 in there, and I don't want to really, mess it up. Just two good trades, profit. That's it, and that's it. We're really sitting on our position and doing nothing. And that's the most important thing is that not to over trade when you actually make a trade, because this could easily go, into the choppiness. I know, Carlos, you did a nice short on NVDA. Brian also had a couple of really nice trades. Brian, what did you trade?
Yeah, I did the same trade as Carlos did. Took a short on Nvidia. I just used some options instead of shorting the stock directly. So I just used the what the 174 puts. So just traded those. Got a really nice move. And yeah, that was my best trade. I did trade Tesla. I took Tesla at the open long. It just popped up. I took some partials, and then it kind of rolled over, and I stopped out of the rest. So, um, but
Wow,
Tesla's at high of day now. So there you
that's
go.
very strong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
NVIDIA is
really
high.
yeah, on that pullback at 10:15, we held low of day on the SPY and the Qs and just ripped higher.
Meta is also running up. Like things are really heating up. I think the inflation number came better than expected. So
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that happens. So if you go to
Yeah.
trading
CPI.
terminal, yeah, we put the calendar in the
CPI.
main
Yeah.
page. So as you see at 8:30, so we had the high impact one was at 8:30 was the initial jobless claim. This is Thursday, yeah. So and the core inflation number came much lower than expected. So that's Carlos, if you go full screen, you can actually see that, yeah. So here, this is the one that you can see. Carlos, full screen. Yeah, this is the one. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I can see that the economic data at 8:30 this morning to the Thursday. It was really nice. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We had the CPI data this morning. We got PCE data tomorrow, which is the Fed's favored inflation indicator.
Tomorrow?
Yes, I believe so.
Nice. Very nice. Any question, guys, about the trades that we did today? It was a really interesting day. I think if you were patient, you could have cut a couple of really good, nice trades. We did discuss about one of our traders in the funded accounts that we are monitoring. It's really nice. I wanted to actually, it might worth sharing that with you guys in the chat in YouTube as well. So let me see if I can actually, how do I zoom in the maximum here? I don't know. Doesn't look like I can actually zoom in, but yeah. So this is Carlos. If you can go, no, don't go full screen. Let me actually fix it myself. Um, so that's the equity curve of one of our top funded account traders. So obviously he started from $12,000 in the middle of the November, and a couple of really, really good days. Carlos, go back to the spoiler screen. Yeah, okay, perfect. And he went all the way up to $20,000 profit. He even did had one loss, and they came back up very nicely. But it's been 2 days. So this is 2 days. This is since yesterday that he had really bad losses, and he gave almost half of his profit back. So this is a very, very common behavior that we see in the traders. That this is a trader that he knows how to trade, but is still having difficulty to adjust his maximum loss and risk per trade. So it's very interesting. Is today is it going to go down or is going to come back up? So we are watching, nicely to see what's going to happen, and I'm very, very excited to actually see what's going to happen with this trader. I'm not going to mention the name or account number, but this behavior of the traders is really interesting because we studied and see what we can do. I think our community is really good at teaching people how to trade consistently. So that just the proof to that this, the trend is this bull trend is he knows how to trade, but managing this risk, managing these big days, you shouldn't lose 50% of your profit in 2 days. So that's something that he has to work. And I'm actually
No.
glad that he's going through the funded account rather than live account.
Yeah. Uh, Dropping your account value that much is I mean, I haven't seen the trades, but it's a good indication that he didn't honor stops. He probably was getting fairly confident looking at his P&L and stuck with a trade that he shouldn't have, instead of just accepting a small loss.
Exactly. All right, so the market seems strong. Tesla is pulling back from near R4. I didn't hit the 486. Nice yen holding last 480 Tesla calls. Nice. Yeah, very nice. No, I'm not into Tesla. So I made my money on TSLL and I got to stop that at the break even. And I didn't get back to it. I really, this was a trade that I made all of my money. I was thinking after this big squeeze candlestick to get back in there, but I decided to not overtrade and, accept the profit. And no, I'm not in that. I'm watching it. And it's painful to watch it, but, I wanted to show you guys that you have to work on yourself not to trade or be done when you take, really nice trades. So it's painful to watch. I agree.
If you're struggling to manage your risk, you just need and feeling overwhelmed, you just need to focus on one strategy and one trade. Try to make it as simple as possible. Focus on one strategy.
Exactly.
It could be playing bounces off of VWAP.
Paris did a nice trade on Tesla as well, Brian. Look at that. So he did exactly very
Yeah,
similar trades to me. So he did this is
yeah,
the trade that he did like me, and then that he got back in there. And this is important, guys. This is exactly the candlestick squeeze that I was talking about. So Carlos, if you go full screen, that this is the candlestick that the squeeze candlestick that was very important. So that's he got back in there, and now he's partially. Very nice trade on Tesla. Yeah, very nice. Great job, Paris. Paris is coming in the chat room with Gary at 11, like in 15 minutes. So he's explaining his trades, and he can walk you through his, the way that he sees price action is different. Because it's very interesting in our community that everybody's, pretty much this community started with reading my books, but everybody has evolved to a very unique style of trading. So they all understood the basics of risk management and price action and strategy development, but everybody has different style of trading, and it's unique to them. And if you read my trade books or other people trade books, when I explain in this book, there are 6 trade books from Peak Capital Bootcamp people. You probably don't understand most of it because it's unique to them. It's in the last section. It's actually the color is different, so I actually walk them through the details of the trade books that they build. Most of it you don't understand, and I mentioned that why you don't understand, because it's very unique to their style of trading. It's their own wording, it's their own manual. But that's okay. You just get an understanding of how to build something, how other people are building a system. And if it's the system is so mechanical, you can actually do algo trading on it, with the code. But a lot of our systems are very discretionary or very hybrid. And that's okay, and that's totally okay. That there is no one single strategy. There is a strategy for you.
yeah. That's basically. I mean, that's what they teach you in the peak capital training. Of course, you find your edge, you find your strategy, and then define it and practice it. Well, I'm not seeing anything that I'm really keen on trading. We're pretty close to high of day on the indexes. SPY is right at yesterday's high, which is why we're struggling here to move any higher. Tesla got to right to R4, which is where people were targeting this 486 level, and it pulled back from there.
So someone is asking, Fat Godzilla is asking, hey, I'm having no problem in simulation, but when I'm going into the live accounts, I'm having a lot of difficulty, or funded accounts. So that's the impact of consequence. So if you, for example, it's the same skill, but one of them has consequence, and then that impacts your psychology. Imagine, like, for example, if I put a table in my office, you walk on top of it, and I pay you $100. You do that. Say, okay, I'll take the $500. Why, worst case scenario, I would just fall into the office floor. But if I put the same table between two tall buildings in New York City and say, hey, just walk over that and I'll give you $1 million, you may not do that because it's the same table, same height, same width, but it's different consequences. If you fall on that one, the consequence is significantly different, and that impacts your performance. The best way of doing it is that you practice to build that confidence and trade a small size, trade in low consequence environments. If you go all in everything that you have, then that's a big consequence. It's like you go higher the floor in that example that I gave you. So there are personality tests online. Dr. Kenneth Reed, that he's doing one, he has this personal test online assessment that is actually for free for our elite members, that you can actually take it with him. That gives you the personality that you have, and how you can actually find a style for yourself. Dr. Kenneth Reed is doing a presentation once a month for our community members, for elite members, free to come, and you should come and then reach out to him to do the assessment. It's in the book as well, in this book, guys, in trade book. Thanks, Dwayne, for sharing that link. Yeah, so we also have a webinar, first 3 months as a trader, how to transition to live trading. That's Dwayne shared in the chat room. That also helps a lot. So my book is available on Amazon. All of my books, all of the Brian's has a couple of really good books on options trading and swing trading, and they're all available on Amazon for very cheap price.
Hey, just have to search our names. So not a lot has happened over the last 10, 15 minutes or so. We've kind of found a sort of a top here.
Very nice. Very exciting, guys. Nice. Rashid, what did you trade? Rashid is one of our really old traders. SPX calls, nice. What a beautiful move from $1 to $7. SPX calls are super interesting. Any question, guys? Coaching for me, I don't have really a lot of time to do coaching, but the best coaching program that you can find really for trading, I think the best program ever is the Peak Capital Bootcamp. And believe me, I've been in this industry for many long time, and I've seen a lot of programs. The best price and best, comprehensive program that the team at Peak Capital created I think is the best one. Is the price is 2,900, comes with 1 year membership, and you get so much value out of that. I think you never find anything. Again, I don't want to sell you anything, but I think it's one of the best program that you can find for really getting mentorship. You really private mentorship with me doesn't help you as much. Like I don't have much to say to you more than this, an hour and a half that I'm here every single day. But in Peak Capital, step by step, you work with like 60 experienced traders, like John, Peter, Carlos, Lenny. Now Nathan is joining us. Who did I miss? Like everybody, like they're coming in. Thor, you see live trading with Thor. Every day live trading with Thor and different traders. So it's not only Andrew and scalping and you see how Thor trades. You see how John execute at the open, how Megan is trading, how Mike is trading. So you get more exposure to those ones. And it's a different environment. The chat room can actually ask questions on the microphone. So it's a very interesting program. I think it's the best that you guys, I think you should do. And we got a lot of positive feedbacks. Obviously, there are feedbacks that we work on that, but like I think John has been running it in the last 15 bootcamp that we had, 15 or 6, I don't know. I think we were in 15, and almost 85% of the people say that it has improved their trading, and almost 35% of them are repeating the bootcamp. Means that they saw value in it, that they come back. So Billy is asking what a strategy the bootcamp teach. There is no we help you build a strategy for yourself. We give you some ground, work, but it's the whole program is about you build your own strategy. So this book, the trade book, is about how to build it. So at the end of it is actually the sample of some of the people who created that with analysis, statistics, psychology, and everything. Helps you to build it, and that's your best shot at building it with the help of other people. You don't have to take it. I never took a boot camp, but that's a really good shot. And the time has changed. Like 15 years ago when I started trading, the education wasn't available. There was not so many YouTube channels. There wasn't this kind of communities. Now you see, if you want to start trading, it's completely different. There's so many books, so many YouTube channels, so many communities, so many systems. It's just I was one of the early people who traded with TradingView. I was one of the early users of TradingView, and I emailed back and forth. I show it to you. I think I did in the chat room with the founders of the TradingView. They were based in Vancouver. So now you see the TradingView is $1 billion company. There's so many things available, so many indicators available. It's a different story. So you don't have to start from where we started. There's so much resources available for you at a much, much lower price that you can actually learn from that. And I have research papers on these strategies. There wasn't any research paper on day trading. Day trading was scam 15 years ago. Nobody believed in that. And now day trading is something that Robinhood wants to be involved in that. Nasdaq got the FOMO and they say, oh, we're gonna do 24 hours trading for the retail traders. So it's a field that nobody can deny.
It's really going to be interesting to see what trading's going to be like when Nasdaq goes 23 hours a day. They won't. There'll be an hour there where they'll close so they have to because there has to be a period where you
Settle the order.
reconcile trades, but there won't be that sort of initial push at the open.
Well, we don't know yet, actually. We
Trade.
might be. So
Yeah.
one thing that I wanted to mention that, guys, Monday, this coming Monday, just before holidays, we do have our first onboarding for P Capital Bootcamp. That is free on Trading Terminal. We're gonna send the email, make sure that you get it in your inbox, that you can come for the bootcamp and see what's happening in there, what do you expect. And it's for everybody who wants to join or people who already registered for the next bootcamp. So it's an open thing that it's a very important one, Nico. And the people who already registered, every Friday, Mike is going through this prerequisite and pre-study for the bootcamp. That's every Friday that you can go. But if you haven't been registered, then it's open for you on Monday, this coming Monday. Hey guys, day trading, I think.
Yeah.
Day trade. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think day trading is here to stay. Is very important. I think Elon Musk. I think this week he mentioned that universal income is coming, and with the AI and robotics and everything, probably there are less and less jobs available, and probably most of the government's going through the universal income. So everybody gets money, and trades, financial market become a way that you can actually have extra income, which is nice. I think universal income would be very nice. But the entrepreneurs, the people who have skills, they make more money. The people who can't get job or cannot find those skills that are highly demand, they can come to financial market and try to see if they can actually make extra money through financial market. I think active trading is future, and it's good that you guys are here. The tools are getting better. We have a lot of plans are adding AI in our tools, indicators. By next year, we're going to have so many more features on Trading Terminal. The journaling is coming. The journaling, over 20 brokers, interactive brokers, Charles Schwab, TD, everything, DAS, everything's all included in the journal. It's coming. So, and we're building some AI, backtesting, AI trading, AI algo trading, because now we have all the market data, market atlas data, we have everything. And we are traders, so we can just build algos and specific indicators. Nice, Gan. Yeah, nice, John. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wish I was born now because you're born, everything AI is doing everything for you, and you get the universal income, you just leave. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. There's, you go through periods and economic cycles where there's a big displacement of labor, like during, I think years ago when they all the industry revolved around um, the garment trade and all these people that were running all these machines to produce linen. They were replaced by machines, and the people all revolted and came in and smashed the machines, but didn't really stop the technology. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting. 6 months from now, we'll see if AI is going to replace a whole lot of people, and then there'll be a sort of a migration in jobs to different things. But it'll be
Yeah,
disruptive for sure.
absolutely. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. If you're here, I think you're in the right place. You just have to be patient with it, guys. Don't burn out yourself. I see a lot of people burning themselves out. Don't go to penny stocks. Don't follow these, pump and dump schemes. Just be patient. You can make money with Tesla and Nvidia every single day. I'm doing it for you right with my screen share. You just have to be patient. Stay away from this penny stocks that are going up, up and down. What was the one that yesterday ran up like 200%? Like, what was the name of it? Like, I forget. Like, just be patient with it. Build a system on these, futures and, blue chip stocks. It's gonna get only better. So, all right. So I think Thor is here.
Okay.
I am. Yes,
He's going to
sir.
yeah. So tonight is a webinar. Thor, are you still doing the mentorship sessions at 8 p.m. Eastern time?
Every single Thursday for the past, 4 years, we're doing it and still doing it.
Perfect. So 8 p.m.
It's
Eastern time,
nice.
guys. If you want to trade, if you want to get a more, exposure to Thor, his style of trading, he developed a lot of new tools and features for us, like, this pivot bots and pivot points and Camarilla is all I learned from Thor. And so it's amazing to work with him. So 8 p.m. Eastern time, all elite members. And if not, he's coming every day for 1 hour in YouTube and going through so many things, guys. God bless you
Absolutely.
and see you tomorrow in the chat room.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Good to see everybody else. Let me get my screen share up here, and then I got to get into YouTube. It's so great seeing everybody today, and I hope everyone's having a good trading day.
So far, so good, man.
All right, so far so good. I'm trying to get into, for some reason, I need to get onto the YouTube. There we go.
Did you short ES at the R4 this morning? You had a couple
So
of opportunities there.
I ended up actually, surprisingly enough, when the news came out at 8:30, there was nothing that really like worked for me like well. So unfortunately, we didn't really open very well. So I ended up trading Apple, which ended up being pretty nice for me. That ended up working out quite well. So I didn't get a full run on it, but I made a nice amount on it.
Sweet. All right. We'll catch everyone later. Hope everyone had a good day.
Thank you. You too, man. Hope you had a great day too. So how's everybody out there in YouTube? No, so I'll show you the trade I took. I have it up right here, actually. So we had Apple, and Apple was really the only ticker out of all the futures and all of the different futures equities. Apple was really the only one for me today that had any potential whatsoever. Everything else for me, just because of the news, and this happens some days with me. I have a very I have a very specific system. You know what I mean? So sometimes when there's news events, the prices just go out of range and everything kind of gets all weird. And so for me, like on ES or NQ, RTY, all the indexes, SPY and Qs, nothing of those were all in the right ranges. So Apple, even when it opened, sold very aggressively. So in order to get into this, I actually played it. I think Andrew would be proud of me. I actually played this as a 1 minute ORB. It sold really heavily right off of R3. And then when it re-offered the midline, it went and broke the low. So I went ahead and sold short and put my stop right above the entry candle. If it went up and bought that halfway point, I was wrong. Right. So and then I put it on and I put my target on for a full run down to 266, which was a full movement to S6 on my like right down here. So and the order book was very bearish at the time, but unfortunately we started a bit of a cover rally, and so I went ahead and cut the position when we came back up to around 3R worth of profit, and so still had a nice day on it, and still made a solid return, but almost was a big one. But I had a big one yesterday, so it's okay. They can't be big ones every day, right? We have a lot of comments going on in here. You have to have a large account to make money on Tesla and Nvidia every day, was what I think started the conversation. So, you have a 5K account, Beth, right? But you have 5K with margin, right? So you have like 20K probably worth of buying power, right? Or are you just trading with 5K? Yeah. So I mean, so it's definitely doable. So what a lot of people think, like when they're saying that you have to have a big account, you can do that with a smaller account if the smaller account has margin, right? So that certainly helps. And it depends on your trading style, right? So for instance, if you like to buy and then you start taking half of your position off at like 1R, and then you just keep partialing, then you're never gonna make money with a 5K account. So I think this is probably more where MVP's coming from, I would imagine, right? Is that it's like it can be done, but you're gonna really have to kind of kick butt on it because you can't partial and you don't have PDT, so I guess you really can't partial anyway for the most part, right? So, but there are some you can get some 5K margin accounts and get them in places that don't require you to meet PDT, right? You just have to open the account in a different country, right? Like you could open a CMEG account. I think they're based out of Trinidad, Tobago, right? I think you could open one there and you can trade them through Dash Trader Pro, right? And then you can trade without PDT, even though you're only on a 5K margin account, right? I imagine that's likely what Beth has done. So you or trade futures, yeah. But with you, so but you know, it's going to be it, but even with 20K, so like 5K with four times margin, so 20K, even with 20K, like, I mean, Tesla right now, and I agree with the comment about using the leverage instead, like TSLL, because you can do something with that. Just be careful. Leverage products when you're a new trader, they can be widowmakers if you're not careful, right? So, but like Tesla trades at like 486, right? So not even including comms or like cost to carries or like any of like your borrower rules and stuff like that at like 20K, right? Divided by, what, 486.74, right? You're the most number of shares of Tesla you can carry at any given time is going to be 41 shares. You know what I mean? So, now it's so, if so like, let's say let's go over to TradingView here. And like, let's say you want to go short, right, on Tesla, and you can only take, 42 shares. Is that right? All right. What is going on with hold on, let's do it with let's do it the other way. Hold on. Let me just use my paper account. It's just so much cleaner on this platform. MVP, I think I'm trying to help you. I think I'm trying to actually help you more than hurt you. I hope you're getting me here on this one. But I'm going to show you how it's doable. I'm not disagreeing with you either. Right? So hold on, but I want to show you. Like, let's say we were gonna go long. I want to show you all both. So so taking 42 shares, right? You're only going to risk $63 entering a position at this kind of a stop. So like, let's say you wanted to buy ATR high for a movement to all-time high, you could easily risk, $100 with 42 shares. Or see, I would rather be shorting here, but you can easily risk $100. And as long as you don't partial, a 4-to-1 is totally doable, right? So you can, our daily ATR on Tesla is $18.80, right? Is $18.80, and you only need it to go from 7 to 7. So you only need $10 out of an $18 ATR. If you partial, it's not happening. Right? I mean, if you start diluting your position, right, then that's not going to happen, right? That if you start taking half off, then in order to get to this, you take one half off, and now you got to run the entire ATR to get to your next partial. It's not happening, right? So I agree with what you're saying when you say 4-to-1 margin count. It's very hard to do consistently. I agree, because it's going to be tricky. You're gonna be maxing out. Like, you're only going to be able to take one trade at a time, which maybe is a good thing, right? And you're not going to be able to modify or manage that position otherwise. But it's definitely doable. You know what I mean? Like, but it would be one in, one out. Like, you wouldn't be able to really make an average of 300 or 400 if you were partialing a lot, I don't believe. I think in over time you'll end up flat that way, right? 4-to-1 is in, like, if you risked $100, you would make $400. I have a trade management issue. I partial too much and can't stick around long enough to make full profit. So that's the thing. Okay? Yamaha. Yamaha. Trading is so hard, right? Trading is so hard. And the reason it is so hard is because it actually requires you to do a lot less than you think. It creates a lot of anxiety in you, and that anxiety spurs you to action. You want to do something. For me, a recommendation, if you wouldn't mind, once you're in the trade, set your bracket on where your stop's going to be, on where your target's going to be, and then get out of your chair and leave. Like, just walk away. Just let it. It's going to be so hard. Like I don't know about any of you. Like, this was a skill set I had to learn at some point in my life, and I'm so much better at it now that I'm like an old man. Have any of you not been able to walk away from an argument? You're having a conversation with someone important to you. It turns into something that's a little bit heated, and no matter how aware you are of how detrimental this argument is for this moment in time, you still cannot walk away from it, right? It's this is hard, like that's hard, Yamaha, right? You actually like there's going to be a time where like you're going to put the bracket on, and you're going to need to like maybe even so one of the things to do, right, is put the bracket on and then put it on there, and you just got to sit in it. You know what I mean? You just have to sit in it. Why trading is so hard is because trading is uncomfortable. That's why trading's so hard. Trading so hard is because it's uncomfortable. Always uncomfortable. Get comfortable with that. If you do not gain the ability to sit in discomfort for long periods of time, it's not happening. Because the reason why, Yamaha, is it's like chess, right? If you don't it's an attritional game. One of the issues, if I can speak from my own journey a little bit here for you. One of the biggest issues that I had coming into this was that I was a really good performer. I was really used to getting things correct pretty quickly, being able to figure things out. I had started my own small business that had worked. I had, although I didn't, I had advanced through my my business stuff like IT and all those. I did well. I was into the manageable side of things. You know what I mean? Things were going good. Like maybe some, I'm not really used to like having major adversity. Like I win. Like I'm good at this. When I played sports, I was on winning teams. I won. When I played in bands and music, I played in the best bands. We competed at the national and international levels. You know what I mean? So it's like I was used to these kind of things. What makes trading so hard is to be a trader, you have to be a loser. See, traders are professional losers. We lose for a living. Every trade you get into is more likely to be a loss. You got to switch it, right? You think you're going into a trade looking for a winner. You're going into a trade looking for a loser. Every trade you take is more likely going to be a loser than a winner. But where you make money is when you win. Do you make enough money to offset your losers? That's the attritional battle. And that's the battle you're losing by over partialing, right? And not holding your winners. You're not making money, right? Your losers, you're honoring those babies. I bet you're giving those losers full value, right? But anytime you get into a winner, you begin to dilute. And you cannot make money. I've shown this chart a few times on other others. I don't know if you've seen this one yet. Has anybody here not seen this chart yet? My kind of my crude RVR chart. This RVR chart just gives you kind of it just gives you kind of a rough idea. It's not perfect, obviously, right? But what it shows you is how you can, so this top area is your hit rate percentage. This area is your risk versus reward. And this illustrates your level of profitability based upon those things. So, like, for instance, if you get into a position and you take half off, you risk 1R, right? Which would be if you're gonna stop out, you would lose $100. So $100 is your R. We just use a variable. That way it's easier for everyone to follow, right? If your loss is 1R and you're gonna go for 2R, but you take half off at 1R positive and then the rest off at 2R, you're not going to make 2R, right? You're going to make 1.5R, right? Every time you take half off your position, you have to go twice as far to make the same amount of money, right? So if you go to 2R and you take half off at 2R, you got to go to 4R. If you go all out, you make 3R. Right? So position dilution is a real thing, right? If you're taking half off at 1R, half off at 2R, half off at 3R, half R at 4R, you're probably only getting like this last partial is practically worthless. Now, if this is why some people tier the other direction, right? Like Paris takes like 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, and if it comes against him, he'll take off like 20%. Right? So he can lock in a little feel good, right? And then cut. But there's really no major advantage to it, honestly. I love the guy. But he does what works for him psychologically. That's what he says, and I respect his genuineness, right? But the position dilution does not help, right? You can just hold the whole thing, and when it comes back, just take the whole thing off. It would make more money than all the partials plus the 20 exit or whatever. Now, I don't think partials are relevant at all. I do not partial at all. Never. I never take partials. Yes, challenge trader. Always use the adjusted, especially around rollover. But yeah, I never take partials. Right? So if you're because it's dilution, why not just go all out? Right? Like taking, like going out at half off at 2R and then half at 4R, and if it comes back through 3R, take it off, you make 2 3/4 R or 3 1/4 R. Like, why not just go all out? Right? Like, just let it go, and then if it comes against you more than like maybe 25% retracement, just go all out. And then if it holds up, get back in. You know what I mean? Like why if it's going against you, if you want to dilute the position, why not just take the whole thing off? It's gonna have its best value, at that point. And this is the real reason why. All right, let's say you're going for 1-to-1s, right? A lot of people, when the market looks choppy, right? Yeah, it is to mentally protect, but it's I'm sorry this is going to be a horrible analogy, but I'm going with you. I'm going to try and say this. Has anybody seen somebody try to do a cliff dive and then hesitate? Like what happens to the person who does that? That's partials, right? Like I understand it might make you psychologically feel good, but just because it makes you psychologically feel good does not mean that's what's good for your P&L. Like get over it. Like it doesn't help you. It kills your positions. It doesn't matter if you go red. It's just that's all your headspace. Whether it goes red or not is irrelevant. Like who cares if it's red? Who cares if you lose? You're a professional loser. It's what you do. Like if someone comes up to you and says, "What do you do for a living?" You go, "Yeah, I'm a loser." Really? Really? Yeah, I mean, I make $1 million a year, but I'm a loser. You're like, I'm not telling you you're going to be a loser like money. I'm telling you you're going to be a loser. You're going to have a 40% hit rate or a 30% hit rate. You know what I mean? It's okay. Look, if you get 4-1 and you run a 20% hit rate, you're still break even. How many of you are red all the time and losing money that would just like to at least be break even right now so that you can survive long enough to figure stuff out? I'm telling you, you only got to hit 1 in 5 trades to a target and you're done. You're no longer losing money. It's just statistics. It's a thing. You have to control the attritional battle. That's all that's important. Maximum control of your profitability. Right? I really don't think so really good soil. That I want to, if you follow SMB Capital, for instance, right? One of the things that you will get from watching their material is that these guys make a lot of money, right? They make a lot of money. They're elite. You got to audition or get invited to be in there, right? And these guys are, I mean, there are guys making multiple millions a year, right? What they don't highlight as much in their videos, because I think if they did, they would get a lot less auditionees, is that it's only on a few trades. Yes, NT coming in hot, right? Coming in hot with exactly what I was gonna say. Thumbs up for NT. You're amazing, right? Like, well, we're gonna give him one of these. Oh, hearts for Indy, right? So I just think like it's amazing, right? That like what they don't tell you and what they don't really highlight, right, is that what they do is these guys lose their tiered trading over and over and over again. And then in 1 or 2 days out of every 2 or 3 months, out of every 1 or 2 days, out of every 2 or 3 months, it will line up, it will work, and these guys will make millions of dollars. But you have to be able to, they're some of the best losers out there, right? Because you have to be able to lose for days, for weeks, for months, and then in 1 day or 2 days, fully execute. And if you don't, you missed it. Like if you had 2 or 3 months of not getting a lot of money and then you were sick for 2 or 3 days, you could literally miss it. Like all of it. Now you're 6 months with no money. Right. Really good. I want you to trade. I want you to trade like an institutional trader, right? I'm trying to teach you institutional style trading, right? We want to do what the institutional players are doing. We're going to go with the specialists here, right? The specialists are going from big order to big order, trust them to do their job and let them do it, right? Get on the back of the biggest whale you can find and ride that whale to the happy hunting grounds, right? But don't believe in the whale. You know what I mean? You gotta believe in the whale. It's gotta happen. It's algos. It's a real thing. Like, it's okay. Like, just give it the opportunity, right? Go back through your trades. Can everybody help me out here? Can you help me out with a little bit of an honesty moment here in the chat room? How many people right now, give me a number 5, because I want this to be random. How many people right now can think of a trade immediately that if they'd have just not touched it and let it alone, it would have made them all the money? Like, all the money. Like, if you'd have just, you were there, you entered the trade, you exited the trade, and if you would have just not done that, give me a 5. If you would have not done that, you would have just made all the money today. Stop partialing. Stop cutting your positions, right? Like, it's not that it has to happen every day. It only has to happen like once, twice a month, 3 times a month. But you'll see it happens every day, right? No, Helga, we want all the money. I want all the money. You'll never hit a home run if you don't swing for the fences. You know what I mean? Like, you're never gonna have the potential if you don't just give it the chance, right? You're gonna give your loser a chance. How many people, honesty moment, how many people have pulled their loser? Instead of letting it stop out at 1R, you bag held it and you moved that stop or took it off. Who's done it? Give me a 4. Not a 5 this time. Give me a 4. Be honest. Little Traders Anonymous moment. I've done it. Not in like 5 years, but I used to do it. Right? We're going to move that one up, right? You'll give that one a chance. Let's give my loser a chance. Cue Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. Not me, T-Chad. Nope, not me, T-Chad. I haven't moved. I blew up an account doing that stupid crap. Thank goodness it was only a 5K CMEG. I made myself a promise. It was in 2000 and end of 2019. 2019, mid to end of 2019, I have not moved my stop or taken less than 1R loss on a single trade that I've taken since 2019. Let me ask you a question. Do you have rules or do you have principles? Right? Why am I not worried about ever blowing up my account ever? Because I never lose more than 1R on a trade. How do you know? Because I don't. I won't. I never will. Why? Because it's a principle. Right? I'm not like rules are made to be tested and broken. Principles are etched in stone. Right? That's why biblically the 10 Commandments are made out of rock, right? Because they're principles, right? They're etched in stone. It's metaphorical, probably, in all reality. Right? But the pretty picture of it, or the mental imagery of it, is that these principles are etched in stone. Right? Why have I never worry about blowing up an account? Why have I never hit a trailing threshold? Why have I never had any major loss on any one given day? Why has my P&L never slipped in, I don't know, 6 years? It's just not happening. Well, so James, what is your hit rate, if you don't mind, with too many 1R losses? Like, how far off are you? Like out of every 10 trades, are you and what is your target ratio? Like, what are you going for generically? Because there's two ways we get here. I just don't think it makes sense to be up so much and end up losing the trade. It happened to me. So Helga, I understand what you're saying there, and I know. But there is certainly some rules that you can put in place, right, for how much you're willing to give back. Right? Like let's say like today I exited my Apple trade without hitting my full extended target because I moved it past 4R. I went further. Right? So for me, if it came back over a certain amount of that distance, right, and bought a certain level, then it was too bullish to stay in anymore. Right? So that's the reason you can exit, right? It's already made the full range run. So now you're trying to go for more. I don't want to be greedy or trail back, but you have to make sure you get at least a certain amount out. But I can say, right, I can say that for all of the apples that I have cut the way I cut today, there have been just as many that have continued on and hit even after coming back to test. So the thing is how do I say this right? I want to say just trust me because I've already done this because I have, and I want you to just trust me, but I know that's not how this works. And I don't know the exact amount, Samir, because it was covered on a technical level. So I think it was like 3.5. Is there anyone in the chat right now that can vouch for me on this one? Is there anybody in the chat that was with me in 2021 and 2022? I'm not even going to say this, but is there anyone in the chat room that can testify to what my hit rate was, my green rate was from day to day in 2022 and 2023? What my ratio was of green to red days? I'm just going to see if there was anyone in here that can just say what that was. I just think it's easier. I mean, I'll say it. But like how many of my days in 2022, how many of those days were red days? Pig Wrestler got it. 0. In 2022, I had a completely green year. I went the entire year. I ran an 80+% hit rate, and I had a green year the entire year. I made more money yesterday than I made in that entire year. I partialed my butt off to get that 80% hit rate. My average R was about 1 to 1.5 R per trade. Hold on one moment. My daughter. Hold on. Allie girl. Daddy's on a show, beautiful. You want later? Sorry, my daughter's therapist is sick, so I'm watching her at the same time that I am at, and I actually she came in because she wanted to crash my bed for a little bit while I was working, but she has autism. She doesn't know I'm on the microphone. So anyway, my so yeah, I would move to break even really, really fast, right? And I would partial like crazy, right? So although I had an incredibly green year, right? I really didn't make any money, right? Like I said, I made more money yesterday than I made in that entire year. And it wasn't a horrible year, by the way. I made good money that year. I just made more money than that yesterday. Right? So yeah, and I would hit 8-hour trades every now and again, right? But the positions would be so diluted, they just wouldn't make money. And then by the time once you're live too versus Sem, by the way, keep in mind there's a thing called commissions, right? They add up more than you think they do. So I would make, a couple $100 that day, maybe $100 that day to $200 that day, and then I would eat $50 of it easily in commissions. But I had an amazingly high hit rate, but I didn't make money. I run now a 30 to a 40% hit rate. Although the last 2 weeks have been very kind. I'm actually rocking I'm rocking a 60% hit rate so far in December. I was not expecting December to be so nice. November, I ran a 30% hit rate, and November was my most profitable month of my entire career by like, I don't even know, like so much. And then this month, I've already made this month about what I made last month. And it's only this 18th. So it's it works. I actually you can with this kind of approach, you don't have to be as focused on am I going to lose or am I going to win? You're absolutely going to lose. But you're also absolutely going to win. I want to introduce a term to some of you that maybe you haven't heard before. That term is behavioral slippage. This was a term I heard coined the first time by Stephen Goldstein, the Alpha Mind. He actually coined it during a conversation him and I were having, which was pretty fun. We were actually we were sharing a really lovely scotch, and in person at an event. And as we were sitting there talking about it, he coins this term and then looks at me and he goes, "Oh my God." He's like, "That's exactly it." And I was like, "That is exactly it." And that term is behavioral slippage, right? Behavioral slippage is not the money you lose, it's the money you never make. Behavioral slippage is what kills most traders. Most traders will not fail from trading because you blew up your account. Most traders will not fail from trading because they don't learn how to draw trend lines or read cams or do any of those different things. Most traders will in fact quit trading out of boredom. They will get tired of the not winning. It's not the losing. Most traders will endure the losing quite readily. It is in fact the not winning that will take you out. Right? You will get bored of sitting down at your desk every single day and not making progress. That is what takes traders out. And that is because of the attritional battle, right? If you're not losing money in the market right now, a little ray of sunshine, right? If you're not losing money in the market right now, you're probably really good at this. So many people go out of trading knowing exactly what they should do, just not having the ability to do it. Like you're there. You know how to do it. You have a system. You've identified it. You see it works. You just can't do it. You just can't do what you've planned to do. Right? So for me, Helga, the not winning phase lasted for about 4 total years. So I did start making enough money in 2022, right, to make it viable, right? I'm talking 50, 60K a year, kind of money, like not great, but not bad enough since I had a little bit of money left over. It was enough to keep things going, right? And I started moderating with BBT around that time. So quick cams for me they're levels. So but they don't always act precisely, Mark. So but I treat them that way. But yeah. So it took me about 4 years, I would say, 3 to 4 years to push through to where I got. It took me about 1 year to not lose money. And then it took me about another 3 years to really start like grooving. I do not believe that that is necessarily the curve everybody has to go through. I'm hoping you don't, actually. That's one of the reasons I'm here. I really want, I assure you, I'm making plenty of money. I don't get paid to do YouTube, right? But I really love teaching. I went to school for education, music, albeit. I really like teaching. I like helping people make money. Seeing my mentees, like yesterday in my mentoring community that I have with Dr. V, we had like so many, like 20 something people all short in queue all at the same time. And I'm just watching everybody's accounts just explode. I've got multiple of my mentees that are just they're getting their accounts at these freaking funded firms. They're getting their accounts shut off. They're withdrawing so much money out of these fundeds right now. Their accounts are getting turned off. They're making them go to live and go to proprietary, and they're not allowed to like use fundeds anymore because they're overdrawing the pool. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. You know what I mean? Thank you. But so I get an almost like evil pleasure out of watching every single one of you take as much money from this market as possible, because in reality, it's nothing. If every single one of us in this channel right now make $1 million, it's nothing. Like there's 350 people watching right now. Don't forget to like it's only $350 million. It's nothing. That's like Apple's volume today. You know what I mean? It's nothing. We could all make $1 million a year. It would be nothing to the market. Like, there's no reason to compete against each other. We're a family. You know what I mean? I want you all to win. That's why I'm telling you this stuff, because there's a lot of hype out there. There's a lot of co-opted stuff that comes out of, so a little history. Yeah, Helga, please. And if you're in BBT, don't forget tonight, Thursday night mentoring, if you're in Bear Bull Traders, right? I do a mentoring session. That's a small group mentoring session every single Thursday night at 8 p.m. That's like, I mean, it's practically one-on-one in there sometimes. So come by and hang out if you're in BBT. You know, I mean, and if not, come by here. I mean, I love getting to talk with everybody here. I mean, this is amazing. So yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, the market won't notice. It really won't. So, and I mean, I don't know about all of you all, but I have goals, right? What are our goals? You know what I mean? It's always good to have good goals. My goal, so someone asked me what my current risk is. My current risk per trade is 500. But my goal for this next year is to double it. So my goal by this time next year is I would like to be at $1,000 a trade risked next year. And my life goal that I really have is I want there to be a day and time when people know that if you want to learn how to make money in the market, go hang out with this guy. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, that's really all I'm looking for. Otherwise, I got everything else. You know, I got 2 beautiful kids, freedom, an amazing life. What more do you need? I do journal my trades. Absolutely. Survey finds holiday spending is down nationwide. Insane Trader, I find that hard to believe after the cost of the Switch 2 I bought this year. But I'm sure. I mean, so hold on. Bunch of styles. I think maybe we've got, when you say you risk 10K to make $1,500, what do you mean you are like, are you actually like, if you lose the trade, you would lose 10K and then you take the profit off at $1,500? Or is it you're using a 10K account, but you're only risking like $500 and then you're making $1,500? If you're risking 10K to make 1,500, that is not happening. Like, there's no way you're still in the stock market with that. Like, I don't, there's no way. Right, but that wouldn't be risking 10K, right? Yamaha, that wouldn't be risking 10K. That would just be having 10K of an asset, right? Your risk could be $10 if you get out. I bought 10 contracts of Tesla costing me like 8K and I'm trying to profit only $1,200. Yeah. So that's not, but you would stop out though, right? But like bunch of styles. Like you're not, so for you to be risking 8K right now, you would be telling me that you're going to hold Tesla even if it goes to zero. So you're gonna bag hold Tesla. Like no matter what happens, you're buying 8K of Tesla and you're just not gonna sell it unless it goes positive. Okay. All right. Um, um, Hold on. I just feel like I need to do this for a moment. I'll be right back. I just feel like this is really easier. Okay. I'm back. I just had to take a moment to really think about. No, but you're not a day trader, right? Bunch of styles. So that's the difference, right? Like what you're describing is not day trading, right? You're actually you're investing. You know what I mean? Like it's not even swing trading for the record. It's just investing. You're investing. So you're saying I'm investing 8K in Tesla and I have the goal of making a relatively small amount of money on the investment overall, but it's still just an investment, right? So I think as long as yeah, but I wouldn't plan on that, right? Like I wouldn't even think of it that way, bunch of styles. Like you should think of this as swing trading, right? Like I wouldn't like an average daily, right? So like you wouldn't like for instance, if you held this overnight and tomorrow, you wouldn't want to cut this at 1,500 tomorrow, right? What if it went to like 4 grand loss and then came back up? Just cut it when it gets to 1,500. You're just never going to make money that way. Yeah, I mean, now if you have like a $400,000 or a $500,000 account, okay, like because then you could be carrying multiple positions, but that's swing trading. You know what I mean? That's you're in a completely different game than what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you're gonna make like 4K in one day. So it's gonna be like an average, per day of 1500. That's fine. I have no issues with that whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like that works for me totally. As long as that's the concept, right? You're basically saying I'm investing in Tesla in small blocks, looking for a relatively decent cash return. Whenever I get the return, I'm out. Otherwise, I park. And since Tesla is on average a north directional instrument, you know what I mean? That tends to work pretty well on Tesla. You want to be a Korean Andrew Aziz. Well, if you're going to do that, you're going to need to bag hold. What was the one? Like Boo or something? Which was the one that he like bag hold the crap out of? You're getting there. I forget which ticker it was, man. He made it. But he had TNA. Thank you, Prof. It was TNA. He bag held the Jesus out of that one. Hey, whatever. But here's the thing, bunch of styles. And here's my only concern. Okay. Tesla is a highly politicized ticker. So it's one of those things, and this is the problem with bag holding. Bag holding works over and over and over again until it doesn't. Right? So be cautious. Right? Even if you're gonna hold, I would highly, I understand that you have probably accepted the fact that you can lose the 8K. And since you've made 5K or 10K or 20K, you know what I mean? It's really not that big of a deal. But you can risk less to make more. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason you have to risk the whole 8K. You know what I mean? Like one of the ways to really make good money in the market is to be willing to it would be willing to just take, a slightly smaller, minor paper cut, giving yourself the opportunity to re-enter at a lower, better average. Right? Like sometimes stopping out isn't actually like about preserving your risk. It's actually about averaging, right? Like, but you don't want to average down, especially if you have a maximum entry cost already. It's just better to stop out. You stop out, then you buy that position right back in at confirmation, obviously, of entry, right? But in the lower price, getting a better discount. Now, when it rallies, you're going to get twice as much. So let me kind of draw this a little bit. I want to kind of show you this. I have like 3 minutes here. So I hope this session was useful for everybody and you enjoyed it. So kind of like this idea here, like you're going like this and it starts to go up. Right? So as it pulls back and then it goes up, so you go long. But when you go long, it goes up and then it fails and then it goes down, it goes down, it goes down, it goes down, and then it comes back up, it comes back up, it comes back up, it comes back up, and then it hits your target. Yay, I'm out. Boom, I made 5K. Right? But I risked like this, your risk level was like 8K, or your risk level here was like, or you don't make 5, whatever. I made it. Yay. You know what I mean? So you're there, right? But in reality, like if you would have just let this come up and stop out, you could have bought it here and taken that whole run from there to there, right? This is only going to cost you 1R, right? And then this is going to make you like 10 Rs, right? So instead of making what was 4R, right, which would have been like your multiples distance, right, you actually make 10R. So you subtract the 1R loss, you net 9R instead of the 4R with all the additional risk. Right? So sometimes stopping out is not actually about preserving capital at all. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to make more money when it does what you think it was going to do in the first place. Sometimes your location's just off. So it's better to get out of it, get back in, and then get it from the right location, right? It allows you to, you know, be a good loser, right? Be willing to lose. And if you're willing to lose, you can win. All right, everybody. I hope you had a great Thursday. For everyone who's a BBT member, don't forget Thursday night mentoring with me tonight in the Elite webinar room. If any of you otherwise have questions, please shoot me an email, Thor Bear Bull Traders. Otherwise, find me on my socials at Thor Young MMA. I'll talk to you all later. Much love. Keep it green.